Are you drinking coffee?
I am. I have like a migraine, so I have to like.
You drink coffee?
I don't drink coffee, but when you have a caffeine will like help.
That's why I always drink a Diet Coke.
During your period?
Diet Coke a day keeps the migraines away.
Really? That would kill me. The fizziness.
The mini Diet Coke.
But like the fizziness of a soda feels like it's burning my throat. Like I'm the most dramatic when it comes to soda.
I love that though.
He can't drink anything carbonated.
Period?
No.
I
can take a vodka shot.
You're a fragile boy.
A vodka shot?
Just like vodka and alcohol doesn't burn as much as like soda does to me.
Like that's
He's a delicate
That's
flower.
crazy.
Yeah.
He said not fragile.
Not fragile.
Not fragile.
He's a fragile boy.
Not fragile. He's not fragile.
Just different.
It's different. He's
What's wrong
not
with fragile?
fragile. He's not fragile.
Fragile implies he'll touch me and I'll break.
Yeah, he's not gonna break.
Okay.
I'm like a diamond, you know?
He's a diamond in the
Just
rough.
different, but like I break other stones.
Understood.
He can take the pressure.
You're like a
Right.
lab cut. You're just like a little different.
Lab cut.
Okay.
You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I'm your host, Nick, joined by the household. Hope everyone is having a great day, whatever day you are deciding to listen to our show. Lots to get into today. How's everyone doing?
Lovely.
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
How are you?
I am delightful. Yeah,
How delightful.
pretty good.
Okay, you slept in this morning.
I did. Yeah, till 7. Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. Does that mean you woke up early?
I woke
She
up
did.
River, yeah.
I had a long night before. I was actually like, I didn't realize I was the first. Usually I'm the one to wake up.
Well,
It's very generous of my wife.
The monitor like will randomly it's not randomly. It's like if I turn it off and then turn it back on, it like takes forever to connect to her camera. So it does this like beeping thing, and I have to like press a button for it to stop beeping. And in the middle of the night, at like 3 a.m., it disconnected and started beeping. So I'm like asleep, holding the monitor, pressing the OK button to get it to stop. And eventually I was like, fuck this, and turned it off and turned on my phone. So I was like already kind of awake super early, and she was pretty vocal. So I turned the sound all the way down at like 5:50 when I realized she was like starting to wake up, and I was just kind of like looking at her. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just get up. I tried to get the dogs. Jeff was like not interested in leaving Nick. Kind of growled at me.
He's a cuddly bear.
But yeah.
It was nice. Yeah, so I'm revived this morning. Yeah.
You guys do look like Britney Spears and Justin from like the early 2000s.
It's denim
90s.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we all look like Justin and Brittany, no?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Denim
we're
on
like-
denim on denim.
We're the
on
ones that
denim
dressed up
on
as you
denim.
guys.
Oh.
Because we were like iconic couple.
So we
wearing
dressed up
denim.
as Justin and Brittany, and you guys dressed up as Nick and Natalie dressing up as Justin and
Yes.
Brittany?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
We get really
Wow.
meta here on the Viall.
We get
Files.
really
Yeah.
meta.
Wow. Wow.
Interesting.
Wow. Well, before we get into our wild show, some housekeeping. We got, if you haven't already, the Going Deeper episode with Joan, your Golden Bachelorette, dropped yesterday. And if you haven't listened to it, you are missing out. It was just such a wonderful conversation with Joan. Emotional, both happy and sad, and just really just uplifting and beautiful. And I hope you guys take the time to check it out because it was a really great episode. We'll be getting into Love is Blind finale. Oh boy, Marissa and Ramses. Not that I was surprised, but
Still sad.
that boy's soft. We'll get into it later. But if you are interested in Marissa's comments regarding all her interactions with Ramses, she was on Reality Recap on Tuesday, so be sure to check out that episode as well. Later this episode, we got Micah from Love is Blind. You probably remember her from what season? I don't really know. Also Perfect Match, but she is going to
We
break...
just talked about Micah because we were like, she's the one who said with Paul at the altar, I'm going to
Paul.
give you, I'm going to let you answer first.
Well, what was the drama that she's been on recently online?
We'll get into it with her. I do remember.
She was from the 4th season.
She's in the 4th
And then she was
season.
in Perfect Match 2nd season.
Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha. Well, either way, she's here today, and she'll be breaking down the Love is Blind finale with us as well. Also, don't forget Humble Brag, starring your favorite housewives, Cynthia Bailey and Crystal Minkoff. It premiered this Monday, so be sure to check it out if you haven't already. It is a fantastic show. You will definitely not want to miss that. Be sure to subscribe, tell your friends, all that fun stuff. Also, next week, we got Jaleel White. You probably know him as Steve Urkel. That's a great episode of Going Deeper you will not want to miss. Plus, Shannon Bedore is with us on Thursday for Reality Recap next week. And we got Chandler Kinning and Nina Parker on Tuesday. So, a really jam-packed couple of episodes for you to look forward to. All right. Well, let's, speaking of looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 2. These women are committed to the show. I'm really loving that their storylines that they're getting out there. Really, really great stuff. We got Taylor now apparently back with Dakota.
Teasing.
Teasing.
Yeah, because she also posted that she's like taking care of all the kids by herself is a lot harder than before. And so it's like, well, I guess you're not back together if he's not around to help you with all the kids.
She did recently post on her Instagram story a photo of him and then saying after on a different slide, due to personal reasons, I'll be back with the same man I said I'm done with.
Oh, perfect. All
So-
right.
Oh, but I love that.
Back and forth.
Tune
love
in.
that.
At
Baby
least
with
she's
the drama.
honest.
Yeah.
She's in complete control of that relationship, which makes me feel good for her. You know, I really think she is driving that ship.
All of the women are of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Well,
They're
I don't
all-
know. I would argue that maybe Jenn Affleck, not so much.
Well,
I disagree.
Well,
They
just
were-
one-
I think-
just one guy's opinion. You
they
know,
were
like,
Dancing with the Stars together.
They were.
I think she is giving us tea. I think she's giving us something to talk about. I think she's doing it on purpose. I think maybe they're still hanging around because they have a lot of kids together. They have young kids. But I think she's probably a little checked out.
I don't know. I hope you're right. I fear that you're not. Keep in mind, I believe they're currently filming
They're
season
filming.
2.
They are,
right?
yeah.
So like we might get an episode of
Maybe he's just a friend of.
maybe, but I don't know. They looked together in the crowd of Dancing with the Stars.
Do we consider this self-producing? Because usually in reality TV, self-producing, like, personalities are the ones that we hate. But it's like everybody in Mormon Wives right now is like,
To be fair, I mean, they were already
Hinting.
self-produced as like mom talk. So
That's
I'm
true.
like, it's
Yeah.
like they just took the concept of that and turned it into a show. So I'm like, if anything, I kind of love the fact that they're fully in character all year round versus like Housewives where it's like,
What do you mean by self-producing? Because to be honest, I feel like self-producing in a way is these people being potentially authentic. I don't want to feel like they were produced by producers either.
right.
That's no more authentic than quote unquote producing yourself.
Well, I'm thinking like the Heather Gay and like the Lala Kent of it all. Like people get mad at them because they're clearly like shifting storylines from like them as a personality on the show and like doing things that don't make sense for like their actual storyline.
mhm.
So that's where it's like, oh, they're self-producing. This isn't authentic. So I was just questioning, like with the Mormon Wives, they're all posting about it. So I'm like, what's the difference?
I mean, my fear for Jenn is that, like, again, I've never met him,
Yeah.
so who knows how he really is in person. But he gives loser, and now his wife is famous and the star of a new hit show.
Yeah.
This man who has a gambling problem, who seems to have a lot of problems, he's never gonna leave her ever. And like that video that they posted, the whole like, not saying mama, he's like the classic dipshit guy who doesn't really have anything going for him, but his only move is to belittle and put down his partner and make her feel like, she can't do it alone and can't live without him. He just kind of gives that kind of energy. And he'll never leave her, but he'll always try to make her feel like she can't live without him.
Yeah, I agree.
You
I
know?
think she has the power though, then to Natalie's credit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's that easy. When you're married
Well,
and you
yeah.
have kids and you have family, it's not easy to just like leave your husband and get a divorce.
No,
and
not at
so
all.
she,
Yeah.
if nothing else, she has the burden of that, of trying to make things work and try to work it out. And, she's a religious person, so that makes divorce even more complicated and harder to consider and things like that. And so I'm really fascinated by this relationship because I think there's a lot of like relatable elements. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really rooting for them to not be together at the end of season 2.
I think everyone is.
Yeah, I'm very committed to that.
You know who is broken up?
Who?
Brianna Chickenfry and Zach Bryan.
This
And
is a wild story.
A messy situation. This is how the series of events unfold. So yesterday, Zach Bryan posts his Insta story saying, addressing something, Brianna and me have broken up with each other and I respect and love her with every ounce of my heart. She has loved me unconditionally for a very long time and for that I will always thank her. I have had an incredibly hard year personally and struggled through some pretty severe things. I thought it would be beneficial for both of us to go our different ways. I am not perfect and never will be. Please respect Brianna's privacy and space in this, and if you have it in your heart, mine too. With everything I am and to anyone I let down, I am sorry. And he ends it saying, I failed people that love me and mostly myself. And basically, as this comes out, people are seeing him on Raya. So for some reason, he's on Raya.
Do you
then-
think the videos of him being on Raya came out first and he was like, fuck? So he puts out a
That's
statement?
the thing. Or I choose to think that he started his Raya account and then he was like, like I have to like clear some of the air for whatever reason. So then he posted it like simultaneously around the same time. That being said, Brianna Chickenfry found out about this like story post. She posted a video basically saying, I had no idea that the post was going up. He didn't text me. He didn't call me. I just woke up to a bunch of texts. I'm completely blindsided by that. How can you give someone everything and love someone unconditionally, like through stuff that you shouldn't, and then just be discarded of?
What's so crazy is that if you look at it from Zach's side, it's like, oh, that was like, a nice breakup post. Like that's, typical. It was a beautiful, they didn't work out. It was a beautiful post.
He's
Whatever.
a great songwriter.
And then you look at it from Brianna's side and it's like, this is so incredibly fucked up.
Crazy.
Like
Because she also said they broke up the day before.
the day before.
So it came out of nowhere.
You're like on Raya. You get called out for being on Raya. So you immediately make a post being like, no, well, I'm on Raya because we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad for her because she's saying in her video, like, I wanted to heal from this.
Like a week at least to like rot in my bed.
Privately and like not have to explain everything to the world and not
Mhm.
have people asking so many questions. And like he couldn't even give her that because he was so excited to jump onto Raya.
Yes.
And what's even crazier is like watching his story. Yesterday, he posts, or whenever he posted this, it's like he posts this breakup and then continues to post normal.
Mhm.
Like that was just a typical day in the life.
It was something he had to do after lunch.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
When she alluded to like this was his decision, and that's where she was like blindsided by all of this.
Well,
yeah.
That's the thing. He's doing it to save his own ass. It has nothing to do with like, oh, I think the people need to know. And it's also like, let her heal first. Like, we didn't need to know this week.
Wasn't he DMing?
Screenshots came out of him messaging with
Other people.
other people saying like, please don't share these. Like, please keep these messages
A
between
screenshot
us.
of please don't share these.
And of
is so
course,
funny.
the girl is like, well, I
He-
will put that out.
He's
into the
kind of
world.
Yeah.
operating like a dude who's been on reality TV for a day.
Huh.
Like he has no like experience of being in the spotlight, or doesn't know what it's like to have attention, and it's like he's operating like he doesn't know better, which is crazy behavior.
Well, it is crazy because people are breaking down and calling it like a Zach Bryan lore. And it's basically he has the same pattern. And this is kind of what he does with
He moves
girlfriends.
fast.
And it's like he gets into a relationship. It's very passionate. It's very like in your face. He's writing songs about them. He's naming them in his songs. And then when the relationship hits like a year and a half mark, it explodes. They break up. He kind of has this similar like Instagram post of we're no longer together. And it's just this very much pattern that he has not evolved or grown out of. He has an ex-wife and he has 2 maybe other ex-girlfriends who have all kind of, everyone's like waiting on the book or waiting on the tell-all from these women because it's like, what have they experienced
Yeah.
with him?
Well, and in his Insta post, he's saying like, I failed the people, like I let people down. And I'm kind of like,
Well,
what
I
are
think
you
he-
alluding to?
I think he definitely, I mean, I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
I do know, his mom passed away. I do believe he struggles a lot with that. I think like anyone, he's made mistakes in life. He's struggled with stuff. Maybe he's just not like ready for a relationship. I don't know, but
Just
like
crazy to say.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his music. I'm a big fan of Zach Bryan, the musician and the artist. I'm not a big fan of Zach Bryan, the boyfriend.
Right.
The tweets about Zach Bryan are kind of hilarious right now.
Well, Dave Portnoy, he did tweet and he said, dedicating this to @Chickenfry, so Brianna, with a Taylor Swift hit song, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
He is short. It's kind of giving Ramses,
Oh,
like big
Maybe.
talker, really passionate. You just think,
Yeah.
boy, this guy must be for real. And it's just a blip.
Here's my question of the Zach Bryan of it all. How do you write those sad songs if you don't have mess like this happen to you? Maybe it's all that's my theory with like musicians
Publicity.
specifically male musicians is like a lot of the times not even necessarily male musicians, but like I think a lot of it just comes from like the type of person that is writing these like really emotional sad songs wants to have stuff to write about it, so they self-sabotage.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've heard, we've interviewed musicians being like, it's when you're like happily married, with kids, doing good in life, like kind of hard to make some smash hits
Yeah.
because people love sad songs.
heartbreak.
And Zach Bryan, that is his area of
Mhm.
expertise is like
Yeah, if you're
heartbreak.
watching on Netflix, new hit show, No One Wants This, about 2 ladies who are podcasters, and then she falls in love, Kristen Bell's character. They talk about how like their podcast suffers because
Yeah.
like they're not willing, she's happy, she wants to protect that relationship, she doesn't want to talk about her sex life, and I mean, and that tracks.
Yeah.
Also, like, it's not to defend his actions, but like to be as talented as Zach Bryan in terms of songwriting and making music, like you can't be normal, to
No.
be an artist of that caliber. It's almost
Mhm.
like,
I don't know.
to be a great quarterback, you're not necessarily a great person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Rock stars are like famously kind of
problematic.
messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're like, I mean, slutty. That's like kind of what makes you. That's part of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, it's fun to watch. It's fun to like make fun of them for that. Obviously, sometimes it gets bad, but like that's kind of what a musician
I just think it's
does.
wild that you break up one day and the next day you're on Raya.
No,
Yeah.
His caliber of being
Yeah,
famous
that's
to do that
messy.
is very messy.
well, that's
That's
what's crazy
messy.
about it. It's not crazy that him and Brianna Chickenfry broke up. I mean, they're both relatively young, famous people, hot, good looking, whatever. I don't think anyone looked at Zach Bryan and Brianna and been like, this is endgame for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knew, right? But like,
True.
they break. It's how this all went down. It was just more like he couldn't just like end the relationship and then start dating. He had to go into the DMs, get on Raya, and start asking all these women he's talking to like keep his secret, which is this crazy behavior.
I don't know. He's taking notes to make his rumors, is what's going to happen.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac, I see what you're saying.
Mhm.
I was
The
like-
messiest band in the whole world.
What's some
Rumors. Fleetwood Mac.
No, yeah, I know, but they're the messiest band in the whole world.
Yeah, they were all dating each other, did a bunch of cocaine, then broke up, and then Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham were like still in the band together, writing songs about each other, performing together, and just like death staring at each other at like all of these live shows. Same with like Christine McVie and John McVie, who's the bassist and the keyboardist and other singer. They were married, got a divorce. Then someone started hooking up with Mick Fleetwood. It's like messy as fuck.
Mhm.
Lindsey Buckingham just now, like a couple years ago, got kicked out of the band. It's rumored he might be coming back. It's
Why don't
just
they make
like,
a movie? Have they made a movie?
well, they made
about
Daisy Jones and the Six, which is
Yeah,
like
a show,
very
right?
yeah, it's like
That's about them.
fictionalized
Loosely.
version of
I heard
Fleetwood
that's
Mac.
good.
I enjoyed it.
It
My
was good.
ex-boyfriend one time said, we were sitting at dinner with my mom and my sister, and Fleetwood Mac was playing in the restaurant, and he was like, God, I love Fleetwood Mac. And mom was like, I know, like Stevie Nicks is so great. And he was like, no, this is Fleetwood Mac. My mom was like, break up immediately.
That's
That is insane.
dumb. That's dumb.
Well, sadly, more information about Liam Payne's death is coming out. Specifically, his autopsy, where it was found that he had pink cocaine in his system upon his at the time of his death. Which I've never heard of pink cocaine. What is
It's pretty crazy. It's ketamine, it is MDMA, it is meth, caffeine. I mean, like so many things put into one.
This is the same substance, right, that they found when raiding Diddy's like hotel room or something,
it?
correct?
I don't know. I've never heard of pink cocaine until yesterday.
It sounds insane. It sounds like
Yeah.
why? I mean, all of these are so crazy on their own that like mixing them together, who was like, this could be really fun.
It's definitely scary for sure, though. Like
Yeah.
the
It's-
creation of new drugs in this day and age, where it's just
It is scary that whoever is coming up with this stuff is coming up with it and then selling it, and then people are like trusting to take it. It's all just so wild. I mean, the whole like drug.
Yeah.
Are Natalie and I the only ones in the household who watched Monsters and the
Yes.
Menendez brother documentary?
I've seen the documentary.
I haven't watched the documentary yet, but I didn't watch the
I heard the
No.
documentary was good though.
The
'Cause it was
documentary.
nominated for an Emmy, right?
It definitely adds a lot more context. And
Facts.
Yeah,
all
I mean, I
facts.
think I very much voiced my opinion on Monsters, but yeah, I think if you're going to watch both, definitely watching the documentary first and then watching Monsters, because watching Monsters the whole time, I'm like, so what the hell happened? Like, what's the truth?
What did,
What's
what
a
didn't?
lie?
Yeah.
Because they're like, we play to so many people's different perspectives, and it's like, that's all cool and great, but what the fuck's the truth?
Yeah, they really lean into the possibility that the Menendez brothers, despite whatever abuse they allegedly might have incurred, that they are monsters or sociopaths, or that and then they really paint this picture of being, bad people. And then when you watch the documentary, it's just like, I'm not a psychologist, but I just, you watch Monsters and you think maybe these guys had 40 plus years in prison to come up with their story of why they're innocent. It's just like, oh, yeah, they sound like they're innocent, but they've had all this time to come up with the story. But the way they talk in the documentary, it's like they show empathy and they show, all these kind of traits that it's just like, there's no way these guys are just like these narcissistic monsters without feelings,
The documentary makes you realize that these were children with an intense amount of trauma who acted on the only way they felt they would survive the rest of their lives. And the whole, like, the spending all the money, it's like they killed their parents. Like, of course they're not gonna like act normal. They're gonna act bizarre and weird and do shit other people wouldn't do. And so I think this is all coming to say, I know we've talked about this before, but this is all coming to say that the LA District Attorney, George Gascon, says that he plans to have a decision by the end of this week on resentencing the Menendez case. So they could.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Like at the end of this week, he'll decide on whether essentially the Menendez brothers might get released because they've already served how many years in prison? I mean, they're in their 50s or close to 60s. They've been in like 30 plus years. So they could, if they resentence and say, all right, murder 2 or manslaughter or something, and they say, well, now it's, you have to serve 30 years. The point is they can get released by the end of the year.
They've been in there for 34 years.
Yeah. So kind of a big deal. I hope they get out.
I mean, they're both like, aren't they both married?
One definitely is.
One is for sure, yeah.
It's like they get out, they get to be with their wives and their families again. It's just, and I know they were just reconnected. The brothers themselves were just reconnected recently. They were split up into 2 different prisons. And so it's like, I don't know. I'm rooting for them to get out. I hope the LA District Attorney makes the right decision in this and releases them. But
it is interesting to see like the Hollywood side of it, of like the actors who played the brothers in Monsters. Like they've blown up now and like are super... They're not thirst trappy, but people are making thirst trap like edits of them from the show. Which
Are you
I think
sure
is
they're
very...
not thirst trappy? Like
I think
last week, there was a photo shoot. It was the 4 main characters. It was the 2 brothers and the parents.
I mean, they're in a Ryan Murphy show. Of course, they're thirst trapping.
But like they're
That's
kind
like
of
his whole thing.
And I get like obviously they're all adults. They're all professionals. They play a family, but they were being
It's Cooper, Nicholas, Chloe, and Javier.
did you see Nicholas and Chloe like kissing?
and like it looked really
What is happening?
bizarrely
That's the mom and the son.
affectionate, and it
Yeah.
was like very thirst trappy. It was very.
I feel like
It was very Ryan Murphy.
To Mary's
Yeah.
point, they're part of Ryan Murphy, which is like the glamour and the glorifying of them being sexy. But
It's
like
just
it's
unethical.
to see like to see the internet like make thirst trap edits of them as the characters, and then to be like recreating his hair or recreating their style or whatever. Like that to me is very much like, that's why I haven't watched Monsters.
But yeah,
It's the
Ryan
same with
Murphy
Dahmer.
basically paints Lyle Menendez as a sociopath. Like you can't watch Monsters without thinking, I don't know what happened to Lyle Menendez, but he seems like a sociopath. And then you watch the documentary and you're just like, that's not what happened.
I find it interesting that Kim Kardashian feels the way she does about people incarcerated for, I know she has a certain opinion on the Menendez case. She spoke about it. And then to like, she just posted a selfie with Ryan Murphy. And I'm like, is there I wonder if there's any conversation
And with the
there.
actors. So she went to visit them in prison, right? That was the original thing when Monsters came out. And now she's posting with, I think they went to an event.
Yeah.
And it was Ryan Murphy and then Cooper and the other actor.
I mean, they're gonna be.
She's
I don't
also
think
filming
she
Ryan
just-
Murphy's new show.
I just wonder what
Yeah.
that conversation was of like, because she met the actual guys.
She's like, agree to disagree, Ryan.
Well, I would like.
Please give me money to be in your show. That's
couple-
what it is.
A couple
It's
weeks ago,
just like-
Ryan Murphy was like, he doubled down and was just like, I've done my research. We spent 3 years. I have a whole team.
They should watch the show.
They should watch the
Yeah.
show. I haven't heard any specific complaints from the family or the brothers on what we got wrong. And then you watch the documentary and being like, bruh. It's
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
a lot.
I
a
don't
lot.
know. I don't know. It's just like, stick to women fighting, Ryan. That's my take. Stick to Betty Davis and Joan Crawford.
I mean, I will say, so the district attorney who is like opening the case again said that they've been looking into the case for over a year, but public interest has spurred him into making a decision sooner than expected. So I think like to the defense of Ryan Murphy, like he is raising an
Sure.
interest to reopen.
Okay, but so was Rosie O'Donnell for like a really long time. Rosie O'Donnell has been like an advocate for getting the Menendez brothers out of prison.
But it hasn't worked. I guess, I mean,
Ryan Murphy
because
made it like
people-
Hollywoodized, and then
Yeah, I
people
know.
wanted to
Rosie,
talk
I know,
about it.
people don't
Rosie
respect
walked,
Rosie.
so Ryan could
But that's
run.
kind of
Yeah.
fucked up.
It
though.
is,
Like
yes.
the only reason you did your job is because public discourse like pressured you into making a decision.
And
It's just
also,
like if
like-
you really thought they were
Yeah.
innocent.
And also, like,
Justice system.
say the decision is no, they're gonna stay. Like, that's fucked up. Like, all of us clearly are like wanting them to be released, and you're like, the public's pressuring me to make a decision,
Well, you know,
so it's no.
you know what it is.
Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
I mean, the
Would be crazy.
district attorney is an elected position. It's, they get
Yeah.
voted in. So it's not to their benefit, I guess. It's to their benefit to now take this case seriously.
Mhm, mhm.
And it's to their benefit to potentially reduce their sentence. And so that this district attorney can be seen as like a sympathetic
Yeah.
type of person, but then he has to consider
The right side of history.
the other
Mhm.
side of it where will people think he's too lenient on crime or whatever. But
All I have to say is when I was pre-law, I shadowed district attorneys, and they're the reason that I didn't want to pursue law.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Yeah.
Was there bribery involved?
I can't speak to what I've seen.
What about bribing children?
All I'll say is I don't agree with their approach to the law.
it didn't seem like they
Mm.
cared about the truth. They cared about
No. I will say there was one specific statement. So I shadowed a juvenile district attorney, and he made a comment where he's like, we don't try as hard, or we don't try with adults because we think they're just going to get back in jail. So we put all of our resources into like the juvenile cases.
Mm.
Wow,
And that to me was like, so you just gave up on half the population?
it's crazy.
Anyways. Well, speaking of the Kim Kardashian of it all, did you see that? So her birthday was a couple days ago. Northwest bought her an estimated $20,000 necklace with diamonds, and on the gold plate it says Skibidi Toilet.
What does that mean?
So, for context, and I had to look this up because I also was like, I've heard this around and I don't know what this is. So,
I don't
Skibidi
know.
Toilet is a reference to a YouTube channel web series. In the series, there's a fictional battle between human-headed toilets and humanoid characters with electronic devices for heads. So basically, it's like they walk around with their heads coming out of toilets.
I just know that Kim hates that.
So here's the thing. So
Yeah, I get
in
it.
Knowing Kim,
She-
hates.
cringe. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that.
Not skimmed, not
No, she
classy,
hates.
not fashionable. So basically, in the video, Kim is showing like this necklace as it's like dazzling and sparkling. And in the audio, Northwest is like, she said, because you love Skibidi Toilet. And Kim is like, I do. Like, I do. And like, to me, I'm like, okay, first of all, it's estimated to be $20,000
the
It's
necklace.
crazy.
on something she doesn't, the necklace, on something she doesn't clearly like.
How did North get access to buying this thing?
TikTok funds? I don't know.
North, she be working.
She's got money.
She does work.
She works.
She's
And
got
she's-
money.
How old is she?
She's grinding.
$20,000 on a necklace.
Kim Kardashian said it best. Get up
Oh,
off
sorry,
your
she's
ass and
Get
work.
off your ass and work.
And North listened.
She's 11.
She's 11. Jesus.
You can tell this was like something that Northwest loved, Skibidi Toilet, and like would play around with the idea of it for a while. And then Kim was like, yeah, that's cool. And then $20,000 later.
I feel like at 11 years old.
You know, she probably went to her dad and was like, Dad, I have this funny idea. And
You think Kanye funded it?
the shit Kanye funds.
That's true.
Yesterday, you told me about some news article about like Kim saying that she's basically an absentee parent, a single
She's
mom
a single mom.
at this point.
Yeah.
She said he's not really involved.
And the
Yeah.
Kardashians have kind of alluded to that.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
every time I see an interview of North, she is talking about her dad. I think she very much has a relationship with her dad. So I don't know about the other kids, but she nonstop talks about him and how much
Kim's
she loves
internet-
him. And
North's internet persona is run by her and Kim. So like the TikTok is technically run by Kim and North.
I mean, we're also acting like there's not like fun aunts and like the
Yeah.
entire Kardashian clan. There's anybody that she could have gone to
Maybe
to get
Scott
help.
got it.
that is something Scott would do.
How public facing are the rest of the Kardashian
The children, not
Yeah,
that
like
much.
the grandchildren.
I mean, they are in pictures, but like the other West children aren't really as public as North.
She is the second oldest. Mason is the oldest, and he definitely has like he's a boy who just like loves his friends and loves to like
Yeah.
chill. So I don't think he's definitely wants to be very much in the public eye.
And then
but
Courtney's kids, like they're in videos with North, but them on their own aren't like as big as her making internet phenomenons
Yeah.
and whatnot. So
I mean, North just had an interview with was it Vogue?
Why are 11-year-olds doing interviews?
Because their parents are Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
Kim Kardashian was interviewing her.
it was Interview
Yeah.
Magazine.
Oh, Interview. I mean, Interview magazine. Like that's kind of Interview Magazine's thing. Like they interview
She had a
every
whole
single
photo
kind of
shoot
person.
and everything too.
Everybody
Yeah.
can feel how they want to feel about it. I'm going to be really upset if in my next life I don't come back as a Nepo baby. That's like all I
So-
want.
Why?
No, that was my
Real.
first failure at life, was not being born into a rich family.
Like,
You.
why am I not Gracie Abrams?
I want people to be questioning why I at 11 am being interviewed. And I'm like, because
Okay.
I'm me.
I want to make pottery.
I don't know. Like, it seems like growing up rich and famous, like, isn't a recipe for happiness. Like, it might be a recipe for fame.
I think it depends on
success.
it depends on which fame and rich you're being raised
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Like if you're royal, maybe that can mess you up a little bit. If you're like Kardashians and you're like the ones that aren't in the spotlight, I feel like that could be good.
Yeah. Like
Let's-
Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling's kids.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's a perfect example of Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling, at least from our perception, they seem to go way out of their way to give their kids a quote unquote normal life and protect them from all the craziness that
Mhm.
is their lives, right? And that's
But regardless, they're still Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling's children. So they'll grow up and they'll
With-
be able to do whatever
Yeah,
the
that
hell they want to
access.
do.
What's like okay, Jack Schlossberg. You guys know about him?
No, who is that?
Jack Kennedy Schlossberg. He's like the newest Kennedy. I think he's working for, I want to say Vogue or someone. He's doing like, he's a political correspondent for like young people.
He's all over TikTok.
He's all over TikTok. He's just like hot, a Kennedy, and like does like being
People
like,
are thirsting
go
over
vote.
him.
Yeah. And that's the exact kind of,
Yeah.
and everyone loves him because he's a Kennedy, and all the other ones have had very tragic stories. So he's just like
So-
beloved.
He's on the left. That's JFK and he's on the left. So he's using his like
Oh.
hotness to like promote for the youth to like
and,
vote.
Vote,
and
yeah.
whose son is he?
Well, he's related to JFK, I believe.
He's a
He's
Grandson.
Grandson.
of JFK.
Yeah. So it's like, that's the kind of Nepo baby I want to be.
You know?
He looks like
know,
a young
that's
John
sick.
Jay.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, everyone's like, we got a new hot Kennedy. He's also like kind of related to the Grey Gardens ladies. It's just like
The world is healing.
the world is healing. And like, that's the kind of Nepo baby I would want to be. Or like Cooper Hoffman. You
Yeah,
know?
but like, how old is this guy?
he is 31.
31, and
Yeah.
and we're hearing about him for the first time.
Exactly.
the
But he
first
grew up
time.
as a Kennedy.
Just
so,
mainstream, we're hearing about him because he's hot on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's a lot to live up to like be doing Vogue interviews at 11. It's just
I'm very interested in what Northwest's life is going to
Yeah.
be like in the future.
Yeah. Sierra, to your point though, like wanting to be a Nepo baby is they always say like when you feel like you want to be rich and like spend that money, it's because you're tapping into like the future version of yourself.
Hey.
And like you just haven't lived it yet, but you know that it belongs
Hopefully
to
my
you.
child is a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
Manifesting.
Yeah.
more speculation on whether Vanderpump is going to return for a 12th and final season. We have Lala talking about her relationship with Ariana and how basically it doesn't exist and will never exist again, which I guess.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Lala's like finally secured her spot on the Valley?
I think so.
That's what it's presenting us
Yeah.
for sure. She's like, I don't give a fuck what happens to this
Like-
show. I fought so hard for a whole season.
That's the thing, like going back to the self-producing of it all. It's like she would want to, maybe she is self-producing by saying that. I don't know, but like her kind of jumping ship to me is giving the Valley.
Mhm.
I did DM Lala and she did not respond. So
When did you DM Lala and not respond?
like a week ago.
What'd you say?
Hey
Um,
girl.
Yeah, it was very hey girl. It was like she was just posting her new daughter, and it was just very. I just was like, you know, you look so happy, and like would love. Let's get the girls together. She probably was like, bitch, you and your husband have talked shit about me on this fucking show. Like,
The
fuck
thing
you
is,
and fuck your kid.
You're verified too, so
So-
you jump to like the second main like DM.
No,
box.
that's not how it works.
I don't
isn't
think
it?
I do.
No,
No, I'm
no.
still in.
They have
I'm
to
still
make
in
you jump.
hidden.
No, but isn't there primary general and then
still-
requests? So wouldn't you jump into the general?
No,
at
I'm
least?
in requests.
Wow.
If we follow each other.
Oh, you follow each other?
No, I follow her. She doesn't follow me.
Oh, then yeah,
Yeah.
she there's a
Bad
chance she didn't see
behavior.
it.
She's a fuck you and your kids.
Oh.
But if she does respond,
She's a
if
new
she's
mom.
listening-
There's a good. I believe the possibility that Lala is not checking her DMs. There's a possibility.
Okay.
I believe
Also,
that.
Lala, if you're listening, I've been a fan of you. You're just kind of crazy sometimes.
Oh, Lala, if you're listening, please respond.
I stand her ever since the Bambi-eyed bitch comment.
That was
Like
a good
that
one.
to me is
Yeah.
iconic line on TV.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of speculation about Lala about Vanderpump and why it may not come back, and then there's a lot of speculation that they're just having a hard time affording all
Yeah.
these.
So the speculation specifically right now is the contract. So not that they're broke, it's that every season there's a mandatory like pay bump essentially. And some of the castmates are still in negotiations because whether they're too expensive or that they're not willing to pay for them.
Who is the most irreplaceable?
So that's
cast
the
member?
thing. So to me, I'm like, okay, Ariana has to be one of the most expensive.
And
I would
Sandoval.
assume. And Sandoval and maybe LVP.
Who's more irreplaceable?
Ariana. Like she's the most irreplaceable person on the cast, right?
I disagree. I think Sandoval's harder to replace and more important for Vanderpump than Ariana.
But I also think he's not going to leave, so they don't have to fight for him in my eyes.
Well, that's a good point. That eventually, like, this is all that Tom's got going for him.
Yeah.
But I don't think Ariana is. She's not willing to participate. She wants to stay above the fray. She doesn't want to talk about Scandival anymore. She doesn't want to engage with her cast members. And as a human being, we love and respect all of that. As a character on a TV show, like, she's kind of unnecessary at this point, you know? And if you're the producers, other than like trying to get that bump from or being afraid that you won't have people support the show for Ariana not appearing, short of that, like, she's not going to be making TV.
It's also just like, I feel like I don't want to see her back on Vanderpump. Like, she's been a host on Love Island. She's on Broadway. She's like, I feel like she's elevated so much that it's like, I don't want to see her come back and get into drama with people. Like,
well, like what would the storyline be too? I mean, we just watched an entire season of her saying she's not going to film with somebody. She doesn't want to be in the same room with somebody. We can't watch another season of that.
But also, what's the storyline with her not on the show? Ariana left the show. She didn't want to film with us. Now we're going to smack talk
I'm telling you what the
Ariana.
storyline is. Tom, you got Katie Maloney has a new boyfriend who's a rock star who has a past that some people have opinions about. You have Tom Sports has a younger girlfriend. You have Tom Sandoval, who has a younger girlfriend. That can be messy. You know, there's a lot there. I ran into a producer of Vanderpump. It was a while back. And I heard they have a backup plan to replace Ariana.
What is it?
I don't know. You
didn't ask?
They weren't going to tell me. But they have been preparing for the possibility of Ariana not coming back. They also pointed out to me that, like, regardless of all the things that Ariana's doing, whether it's Love Island or Broadway, what she makes on Vanderpump is so much more
astronomically
than Broadway.
Yeah. Broadway does not pay.
And even being the host of Love Island, I
Love Island has to be paying her a lot.
I think they're paying her, but compared to what she's been making or can make on Vanderpump,
seniority,
it's like drastically different. Say what you want about not wanting to film or do scenes, but like, how much is not enough? Like $1 million?
How much does she have to get paid to talk to Tom Sandoval?
Honestly, that's true. It's like, I would talk to Tom Sandoval for a couple mil.
A mil?
I talked to him for nothing on this sitting here and got quite disrespected. So, shit.
You should go to Bravo.
I should go to Bravo. Listen, Bravo.
Be like, hey,
I talked to him
you
for
owe
free.
Me.
Evolution Media.
Now pay me.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So if Ariana, say she doesn't come to the show and they've already made that decision, they have the backup plan. So then who do we think is the negotiation that they're still working on? If Lala's jumped ship, Sheena, I'm assuming, would want to be there.
I think Sheena would want to be with Lala. Like, I think they're such good friends. I think they do have a good, like, banter back and forth. I think they're able to be direct and harsh with one another, but still, like, maintain a friendship. They're still able to have drama with each other, but still maintain a friendship. So I don't think, like, if Lala goes to the Valley, Sheena's going to stay on Vanderpump.
Well, Sheena's also going to the Valley, right? Because they were both filming this season.
Were they filming or were they friends?
They were probably friends, but, like, they were also trajectory if they need to.
Yeah.
We ran into Kristen Doty and her partner Luke at the park yesterday.
Oh my God.
And I just got to say, Luke, kind of hot.
Is he in person?
Hotter in person.
Okay.
For sure.
Does he give Victorian child, like most people are saying?
Victorian child?
Because people have said Kristen Doty has a thing for, like, sick Victorian children.
No, he's giving, like...
He had some color to him.
Yeah. He had a tan.
He had a little tan.
He got tan.
He looked like he's been pumping iron. He's got a nice little bod.
He could drink a Mountain Dew and it wouldn't kill him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he's almost giving the opposite of her past preferences.
They looked like a good couple.
Yeah. We really love Kristen, and she seems like she's in a really good place in her life, and he seems like a stand-up guy who's kind of miscasted on the show. To me, he gives, like, high character. Like,
he gives a real person.
Yeah. Like, he's got values and might be imperfect, whatever, but, like, he's a good person.
She did say it was going to be a good season of the Valley. So.
The other thing about the speculation, or not speculation, but the Vanderpump of it all is they're filming with a new cast for a potential reboot. So we've been seeing photos come out of them filming at SUR. We had that, like, post a while back of, like, at the time, random people that worked there being like, part 2 or, like, new season.
Here's an idea. What if they bumped Lisa Vanderpump on Vanderpump and then just put Ariana into that role and gave her the money that they would otherwise pay
I still
Lisa.
would want more for Ariana.
I was also going to be like, Ariana pretending to be a restaurant
manager,
like owner.
I guess I just don't think we need Lisa.
Well, what works with Lisa is the, like, super fucking rich,
opulence.
Very like respected. You don't want to disappoint her. She's got that British like
Yeah.
Twang.
and it's I don't think Ariana could replicate that. I don't think it would be the same. I don't think we need another Vanderpump.
I agree.
We lived it. We did it.
That's
It
the
was
thing,
great. It was 10,
So the
11
reboot
years.
is like weird.
The reboot is weird, but it's kind of, I think it would be bad. However, I think it would be very fun to watch Lisa like basically bring up all of this other stuff for all of these new people to be at SUR and be in Vanderpump with the context of all of the previous Vanderpump seasons like having happened already and them trying to like outdo it
Yeah.
would be really fun to watch.
Lisa has the
Impossible.
No, but this is the thing.
Exactly.
Vanderpump works because these were already employees of her restaurant that
Real
she observed
friends.
from
Yeah.
afar and was like, I have a show concept. Hiring random people, putting them in a hodgepodge group, and then being like, all right, give us drama. Like it's too played out. That formula.
It's like the last season of Glee.
Except that, like, the premise of Vanderpump is really about a bunch of people trying to live the Hollywood dream and become actors, musicians, TV stars,
Yes.
whatever it is. And I will say that is a concept that never gets old.
No.
You know, and you would think that should be able to reboot something like that because I think a lot of people are fascinated with people like moving out to LA to try to make it in Hollywood.
But I think like kind of like knowing how the sausage is made a little bit where I'm like, I would need something like really authentic, like not like a fancy West Hollywood restaurant where we know you don't actually have to show up to your shift. Like
Yeah.
show me like Starbucks, show me like you know what I mean?
Well, that's,
Starbucks
to that
rules.
point,
Real
I think if they're
jobs.
going to reboot Vanderpump, I don't need home base to be SUR. You know, I
Right.
don't need it to be coming from them working at a restaurant.
I also don't think Lisa, this is my own speculation, I don't think she's going to be a part of it if they do a reboot because she has Vanderpump Villa. So like what's the point of, like, she's still going to get executive producing credits from Vanderpump. So it's like, why would
She's
she
not going
appear?
to take her name off of anything, and she's going to show up for a cameo if her name's attached to something.
Right.
Because
Okay.
it's going to make it who's the boss.
But she's not going to be the same capacity that she was on the original
Well,
cast
she's like almost like the Andy Cohen of the Vanderpump.
universe.
Yeah. I heard that Lisa constantly fights for scenes.
That's what I was going to say. I'm
But she
like,
fights to be in scenes?
Yeah. Because, like, the show doesn't, quite honestly, need her.
But she's an executive producer. She can't just be like, put me in.
she does, but we watch the scenes happen. And to like Nick's point, where season 4, we're like, okay, so Jax has to come over to
Yeah.
your house to ask to have time off to go to his court date. Like, that's not how that situation would go down in real life. But like
Valid.
Lisa needs to be on camera.
I mean, I don't know the power that she has. I know her name's as executive producer. I don't know if that necessarily means she has like final edit control or
that's true,
things
the
like
edit.
that. You know, so it's yeah. I would guess not. I would guess that at the end of the day, the buck doesn't stop with Lisa.
I think we can all relate to our skin changing over time and that feeling of it just being so overwhelming to figure out all the right products for your skin, which is why we are so excited to partner with Apostrophe, the sponsor of this episode. Apostrophe is an online platform that connects you with an expert dermatology team to get customized acne treatments for your unique skin. Apostrophe's goal is to help you feel confident in your own skin. Whether you're dealing with breakouts, signs of aging, or acne scarring, Apostrophe will help you love the skin you're in.
Through Apostrophe, you can get access to oral and topical medications that use clinically proven ingredients to help clear acne. Simply fill out an online consultation about your skin goals and medical history, then snap a few selfies, and a dermatology provider will create a customized treatment plan just for you. Apostrophe offers access to prescription treatments for all types of acne, from hormonal acne to facial acne, even back, chest, and butt acne. Treat breakouts from head to toe. Stop waiting so long to get into the dermatologist to solve your skin problems. Just check out Apostrophe. We have a special deal for our audience. Get your first visit for only $5 at apostrophe.com/VIALL when you use our code VIALL. That's a savings of $15. This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/VIALL and click to get started. Then use our code VIALL at sign up and you'll get your first visit for only $5. Thank you, Apostrophe, for sponsoring this episode. PXG is on a mission to create the most high-quality, high-performance golf clubs in the game. Well, they're also bringing the same passion for excellence in their new line of apparel. And I gotta say, they nailed it. Their fall and winter collection is perfect for the course, the office, everywhere. They really have some great pieces. I look incredibly stylish with PXG. And since I'm not like a very good golfer or an avid golfer, when I do golf, I honestly just want to look good.
My dad was a pro golfer and he always loved PXG. And so I'm actually really excited for the holidays this season to get him some clothes from PXG and to kind of bring his favorite line of golf clubs to his now favorite line of clothes.
Absolutely. And so if the men in your life love the golf course, or maybe they just once in a while go out with their buddies, make sure to check out PXG because you can get them some great items for this holiday season, or maybe it's their birthday, or just to do something nice for them. Check out PXG.
PXG apparel has something for everyone. Pants, polos, sweaters, pullovers, joggers, jackets, skirts, totes, hats, everything you could want, from golf trips to weekend getaways to upcoming holiday parties. These dynamic pieces add versatility and standout style to every occasion.
Elevate your style game on and off the course with PXG's Fall/Winter 2024 collection. Head over to pxgapparel.com/VIALL and use code VIALL at checkout to save 10% on all apparel. That's pxgapparel.com/VIALL, code VIALL to save 10% off on apparel. pxgapparel.com/VIALL. Use code VIALL. All right, well, it's time for your favorite segment of the week, Vibes versus Stats. Mary, what do we got on the docket today?
Okay, this week we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Cincinnati Bengals, which are two teams we haven't talked about. So guess what? Mascots, colors. For the Eagles, we have colors, midnight green, silver, and black. Their mascot coming in at 6'3" and weighing 216 pounds. He is, quote, larger than average. We have Swoop.
Not to body shame.
I was like, wait a minute.
That's
Why are we
what-
talking about
That's
the
what
body?
Wikipedia. I think taller, height.
His name is Swoop.
His name is Swoop.
Larger than average?
He's 6'3".
Kind of a baddie.
I think the boys like being called big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an eagle, you know? He's bald.
He looks like a
Bald.
finance bro.
He
Yeah.
knows how to wear shorts, is what I'll say. And look at his little sneakers.
He knows how to be bald. Yeah, he's owning his baldness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Hey,
laces are
being bald is
untied.
sexy. That's what I'll say.
If you can pull it off, sure. Yeah.
I think if you have like, if you're a shiny bald, hot.
So Dr. Phil.
You like shiny bald.
I think shiny bald better than matte bald.
Oh God, that's brutal.
But sometimes shiny bald and like lighting is not it.
Have you ever seen like a? Yeah, that's
like when the light's bouncing off of their head.
yeah, but it's kind of
No.
like disco.
You're
ball
seeing like the dents in
reflective.
it. Yeah, no.
I don't hate it.
The
Anyway,
dents.
you may also know the Eagles as being the team of choice in the Oscar-winning movie Silver Linings Playbook, which won
Oh,
Jennifer
yeah.
Lawrence her first Oscar.
I love this
Oscar,
movie. Okay,
also
sold.
Bald, the Oscar bald icon, shiny bald icon.
That is true. And Jennifer Lawrence is popping off on TikTok with "Then I go and spoil it all and sing something stupid like that." Remember? No.
Mhm, yeah.
Okay.
I love her, J-Lo.
Oh, fun fact about the Philadelphia Eagles, they actually have a courthouse in the stadium with the judge present during the games because they have so many fights and interactions that they send them right to court.
That's real?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
What?
Yeah.
I might just vote for them for that.
Okay. well,
Jason Kelsey used to
Used to play for them.
play for
Justice
them.
served.
Quarterback
They're-
is
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
And their coach is kind of a fan. Like
Yeah.
he fights with fans.
Oh.
He's giving boy. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't
Giving
like him.
reality TV.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
he like?
honestly, yeah, he'd be great reality TV.
Oh,
Isn't he
the
one of
Eagles
the
would
hot
be.
coaches?
Sirianni? No, I don't know. He's giving guy.
The coach from Washington Commanders, somebody sent
Cliff.
him to me, and
The offensive coordinator
Oh.
you're thinking about.
What's his name?
Cliff Kingsbury.
my girl.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah,
He's
sorry.
friends with Peter Schrager.
Wait, so the Bengals?
Their colors are black, orange, and white, which is very Halloween coded. Their mascot, Who Day. WHO space DEY.
Like they don't know who he
Who
is.
Day.
Like who that is?
Tony the Tiger ripoff looking ass bitch, but
Oh.
he's cute.
Quarterback is Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
That's
who
true.
a lot of people think kind of dresses like a lesbian.
Chambla sends me videos of him all the time, and they're all like thirst trap videos of him walking. Like people are,
I
people
don't
are
know.
obsessed
I am-
with Joe
I
Burrow.
love it.
I don't
No,
know.
he's
Joe
great,
Burrow.
but he's
Oh, I see the vibe.
Yeah, he
I
does
do see
kinda-
it.
kind of dresses.
He's giving hey mamas. He's going on TikTok. He's biting his lip.
When he
he's
dyed his
He's
treating
hair-
giving,
it
"Can I
bad.
get a hug?"
He looks
Yeah.
like the Rock.
He dyed his hair bleach blonde, and his hair's growing out, so it's giving frosted tips.
I would say
He does have the bleach blonde, so
bleach blonde, bad built, bush body.
as we know.
Derek said that with Joe Burrow's bleached hair, he kind of looks like American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the wrestler.
Okay. Wait,
Never
this is a
seen
cute
it.
outfit.
He takes risks, and we love a man who takes risks.
love Joe
with-
Burrow.
I think he kind of looks like Pennywise.
Oh my god.
Kinda.
Not Pennywise, but
Strong statements.
Skarsgård in general. He
Yeah.
looks like the long lost
Skarsgård, yes,
Skarsgård
he
brother.
does. He does look like he's related.
Yeah.
I am 5% Bengali, so keep that in mind when we vote.
What is that?
Yes, of course.
Bengals.
Also, my first Webkins was a Bengal tiger.
Oh,
And I am from Auburn, which they're Auburn
it
Tigers.
sounds like
Yeah.
this is our culture, guys.
We're gonna go against Philadelphia.
I think the Eagles are iconic, but I don't know.
Can I see Jalen Hurts? Is he giving swagalicious like
He's got
Joe
swag
is?
for sure.
He has swag.
He's got a lot of swag.
This is gonna be hard. Battle of the Swaggies. Does he have any like allegations?
No.
Either of them? Have either of them
I
beaten
believe
their
they're
wives
pretty
or
squeaky clean.
ran a
They're
d-
both
a
single, I
DUI? Okay.
They're doing it right.
This is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Nick won the last couple of games, so we might have to bandwagon to catch up.
No, we can't do that. It's not. We go off our vibes.
But like, let's ask him and then act like we just.
Oh, good
no,
idea.
we're going. We're part.
I will say,
I know,
stats-wise,
yeah.
this is a good
Okay, so
matchup. The
the
Bengals
Bengals.
have been underperforming, as the Eagles, quite honestly. But they're both very talented teams. It's honestly, where are they playing?
in Cincinnati.
I'm gonna go with whatever team you don't go with.
We are gonna
Bengals.
support Justin's heritage.
Thank you.
Right, Sierra? Are you on board?
I am.
I think you guys are making a good
Mary seems like she's jumping ship and she's gonna head on with Nick.
No, I'll go for the Bengals.
pick. They both have very talented teams.
Great.
Okay, so
Bengals.
vibes, Bengals. We got
I'll go Eagles.
Eagles. Okay. The next game we're doing is the New York Giants versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the thing, the Steelers just beat the Jets, so they're looking good against the people of New York.
But the Jets suck ass, right?
The Jets do suck ass, but
All
you
right.
know what New York team doesn't suck ass? The WNBA team, the New York Liberty, who just won a championship, and they are the first basketball team in New York to win a championship in 48 years. Their mascot is Ellie the Elephant.
Okay,
Oh, wait,
quick
she's
question.
cute.
Do we think they have like something to do with the Giants or? Are you
I
just-
think
They're
it's
New
just
York.
about it's New York, and I think we need to be talking about
Look
this
at her
woman.
wig.
Yeah, I
We
think
need
that-
to
I
be
think that's
talking about
fair.
this girl.
The city of New York is a great sports
Oh, I love
town
her.
with all the
It
money,
is.
and they're notoriously bad at sports.
They are, and New York finally had a moment, and look at her.
So you want to go New York Giants only because you're feeling New York right now?
No,
Okay.
I just wanted to shout out the New York Liberty because I don't care about the Giants.
Perfect.
To talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you don't pick the Steelers, you hate me and my family.
Hear me out. If we support Jen Shaw and Anna Delvey, we have to support the Steelers.
What?
Klepto culture.
We don't support them though.
Okay, so then we're not
Steelers.
supporting the
You-
Steelers.
okay, first of all, just
made
a
a
little,
joke.
little history lesson here, Justin. The Steelers are not
Steel workers.
steel workers.
Okay.
Yeah, not
We
not,
got that
not
confused
criminals.
the first
this isn't
time.
the Pittsburgh criminals.
My
Okay.
grandfather and great grandfather were steel workers in Pittsburgh.
Actually?
Yeah, my
I
great.
think Mary's
Well,
crying.
so this is your
Yeah.
culture. Okay, so
This is my
Steelers.
culture.
This is their
Okay.
family.
Look at this. Look at these
We're
pictures.
gonna go Steeler. Oh my
is
god.
that you?
Yeah.
The baby picture.
Yes.
Wow,
If you
yes,
root against
no.
them, you root against her.
No. Oh my god. We love her. We would
Thank
die
you.
for her. We're picking Steelers immediately.
We're going
Perfect.
Steelers?
We're going
I'm
Steelers.
down for the Steelers.
Thank you.
I'll take the Giants for you
Okay.
guys. They're the Pittsburgh Steelers should win. But this
They
would be
should.
it would be a
Also,
huge
Russell
upset.
Wilson is back. He started against the Jets. He was injured in the first game. Russell Wilson, who is married to Ciara,
Not me.
not you.
Also, can I just clarify that the hot coach is not a coach. He's the quarterback.
Offensive coordinator.
And that has
Oh, the
been
quarterback.
all over my
Sam
For You
Hartman.
page.
Jaden Daniels?
Yes.
He's not
That's
the
who you're-
coach.
And you know what's so funny is I saw the video of people being like, who is this man? I need to know. And then I scrolled one more and it was an interview with him. And it was like, everyone wants to know, are you single? And he was like, no, I'm not.
Who is
course
it?
not.
We're talking about Jaden Daniels.
Sam
Sam
Hartman.
Hartman.
So hot.
Who the fuck is Sam
Coach,
Hartman?
quarterback,
And you know
same
who
thing.
said that to me? Everybody who doesn't watch football.
Is he a
Everyone
back?
that doesn't watch
Is he the
football.
backup quarterback?
Yeah, I guess.
Is he hotter than Ellie the Elephant?
I mean, he's also like, of course, he has
Long,
this
dark hair.
flow and standing in front of the fan where it's just blowing on
Bright
him.
eyes. Come on.
So he's the understudy of football.
He's the understudy.
I'll take it.
That's 5 football for the week. Congrats to the New York Liberty on winning their first ever championship.
And who they beat?
Woo!
They beat the
Minnesota.
Minnesota Lynx.
Can we jump into RHONY?
Let's do it.
Speaking of New York,
Please.
What did we think of the pumping and dumping conversation of Rebecca saying one time her husband had to just take one for the team and help her?
I asked
Dumb.
Nick if he'd do that, and
And
I think
sucked
he
on
felt
the tit?
pressured. He felt pressured
spit
into
it out.
saying he would.
Listen,
Well, you wouldn't.
I will do anything for my family and my wife if I have to step up. I will literally do anything, but I'm not going to be like, taste this just for fun. I'm not an exhibitionist.
Yeah, okay,
like,
well-
I don't need it. I'm not going to do it for a
Okay.
dare. I'm not going to
Rebecca
like,
was saying
how
she
much
was
do you
like-
love me? Will you drink my milk? Like, absolutely not.
Natalie's in pain with needing
Yeah.
release. You would help
Sure.
I will
her.
do whatever
Yes.
I need to do to help my wife and my
Yeah.
child.
Rebecca
Yeah.
was saying she was like on her deathbed, like this needs to be fixed now. So I
Maybe
think she
I'll be
was-
engorged with the next child.
I will step the fuck up.
I did sneak my breast milk into Danny's coffee.
Why?
What is,
not?
what is women's obsession with like making sure their partners drink their breast
he
milk?
wouldn't taste it, and I really wanted him to. And
Did
so
you
I
just
put it
kinda-
in his coffee. No, like I pumped it into a bottle, and then I took some of the bottle and I poured it in his coffee.
You are evil, but
Did
this
you-
is smart.
Did you tell him? You
When he
spiked
finished it.
his drink.
And I
was
bet
like,
he
at
didn't
the
taste
end
a
of it, I was
difference,
like,
did he?
Did that taste good? And he's like, sure. I'm like, yeah.
Well,
it
you're
did.
mixing it with coffee. Coffee's a lot stronger than milk.
He's
It's not like
what did you do to it?
But
this
imagine,
tastes like human.
but he also had so many. That was the most nutritious cup of coffee he has
Yeah.
ever drank.
You know
And
what?
his
I would
skin
try it.
cleared right up.
I was gonna say, if you want to
Oh,
bring
yeah.
some, I'll put it on my face.
I mean, it's definitely healthier than that fucking crap Nally's drinking every morning.
Let's not hate on Coffee Mate or International Delight.
Hey. He's not thinking
Coffee Mate does
globally.
smell good.
I get wet just thinking about it.
Oh,
That's a great ad.
Wait,
Right?
Yeah.
I have been begging to do a brand deal with Coffee Mate, and they're
Coffee
like,
Mate.
not, they're doing it
I'm
with
sure-
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
I'm sure they'll do it with you.
But they're not interested in me when I am a diehard actual
Yeah.
fan.
I
I
will
don't know.
like
what
just.
makes
I
you.
will say I am a little jealous of the response that she gives to Coffee Mate versus me.
You feel a little.
I,
you feel a little
I take a
sidelined.
sip and I'm like, that's a damn good cup of coffee.
I was like, wow, that was you really
She said,
enjoyed
"Mm."
that.
Honestly,
I've been emasculated
It
by
wasn't-
creamer.
it wasn't River who got me up this morning.
Yikes.
It was the idea of
It's
the Coffee Mate.
it's another win for Big Darian, another
I-
loss for you.
I think it stems from childhood because I do remember I remember going to the fridge and drinking the hazelnut out
That's
of
unhinged. That is
the
unhinged.
fridge. I do remember doing that.
Was it good?
Delicious.
No.
Mm.
Yeah,
I do
Chocolate milk?
non-dairy creamer, but I still do that. Just take a little snack.
just a little snack.
Just a little
Little
sip.
shot?
Just a little sip.
What a touching story. Sad story. Touching story.
About Raquel?
Yeah, it was very emotional. It's just like and maybe it just pulled on my heartstrings as a new father to a wonderful daughter. What kind of person do you have to be to deny your fucking kid, your blood, your DNA, your like? Forget about what your relationship is like with your partner, whoever you had your kid with. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's so fucking crazy.
She said
to
that.
me.
She's like, who does that to their child? For me, it was even more touching and sad that, like, she said when she went to her mother and was like, I don't want his name. Her mother was like, but you can't take mine because my father did that to me too.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I just like I know what kind of father I'm going to be to my children, and I just like
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for anyone who doesn't have a parent who like Nally and I honestly, and a lot of great parents out there who
Yeah.
want to love on their kids and give their kids the love that they deserve, and it's just fucking crazy to me. It's
Well, she's super
Fucking
successful
tragic.
now, so it's like,
Joke's on him.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good that she like changed her name and put something to that name. And it was interesting to see Brynn like empathize with her on that too, because that was kind of Brynn's background.
yeah. I want to see more.
Genuine Brynn.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, same.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're just relying on her to start drama. I do think RHONY is struggling with authentic storylines and drama. I
Mhm.
don't like.
Yeah. I enjoy Brynn's antics, I have to say.
She drove me nuts this episode, I have to say.
What do you
cool
enjoy
with it.
most about it?
I think she's bringing the drama. And I think like RHONY can get a little, as much as I love a lot of these girls, it can get a little boring sometimes.
is,
and
yeah.
Brynn is there to be like, no. We're on TV.
I think she's working the hardest for sure.
Yeah.
But I will say though, the whole lesbian of it all, I'm like, okay,
Okay,
like,
yeah.
the bit is too much now.
It is too much. That's getting a little bit annoying.
Because I'm like, you're saying this to people that actually are lesbian, and I'm like, they're even kind of looking at you like, okay.
I
Yeah,
think
like-
it was one thing when she was just like, Jenna's hot as fuck, and like, wish that I could try to date Jenna Lyons. But now it's like,
Because that's
with
her
Raquel,
storyline.
I think it's a little,
It's kind of fetishizing.
Jenna Lyons,
isn't
a
it?
sexual exhibitionist. She'll do anything once.
Yeah,
That's
she
true.
did say that.
I don't know. I think Brynn could dedefinitely ruin a lesbian's life.
She could.
Yeah.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I had a friend tell me that Brynn needs to go down or shut up. Because like her storyline is now fetishizing like lesbian people. So it's like,
I was curious. How is that coming across in the LGBTQ plus community?
I'm cool with it.
Because isn't it like,
I don't really give a shit.
isn't it queer baiting? Or
it is.
something?
I think it's
Okay.
queer baiting, but I think it was cute, and like now it's just
Oh.
doing a little too much.
I think it's like kind of cringe
Yeah.
for that to be her entire storyline. But like, am I like personally offended?
No, it's not
No.
killing anybody.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to see these like dumb lesbian antics on my TV screen.
It's working. People love it.
Yeah.
To answer your question.
Oh, they're loving it.
They're loving
Okay.
it. Yeah.
So Jean Smart hosted SNL. Jean Smart is another person that lesbians love. And she, in her monologue on SNL, was like, lesbians love me. And then Brynn commented on that and was like, me this season of RHONY, which like is cringe.
It's
But-
less cool when you are aware of it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was
right?
like funny the first season because it felt a little bit more just like
Authentic.
genuine.
Yeah.
And now it's like becoming her brand
Gimmicky.
of just like, yeah, go down or shut up.
Yeah, like
But again, at the same time, it's funny. And
It's
I would
fun-
rather
yeah.
I would rather it be happening
We're
than
talking.
not happen.
Wait, why did she piss you off this episode, Sierra?
I just feel like it's a lot. She loves to stir the pot and then likes to cry and play victim at the same time. Like you don't get to like start drama with people, know that you have issues with them, and instead of working it out, be like, I'm gonna cry and then beg other people to beg me to stay. And it's also like the policing of like feelings, like talking to Rebecca Minkoff and being like, why are you dressed like this? Like you should be the fashion girl, and like trying to like
Sell
tell
your
her
shirts at
what
BravoCon.
what character she's supposed to be on the show, telling Ubah about being an aggressive black woman and like don't feed into
That
the
was crazy.
stereotype. And it's like
That was a move.
Yeah.
That was a choice for sure.
where I'm like, so if Erin gets activated, she's not aggressive, but if Ubah does it because it's directed at you, it's aggressive.
What was the response to her saying that to Ubah?
Well, I will
online?
say, so Brynn is half black. Her father was black and her mom was white. She was raised by her white grandmother. But that being said, I don't think people have really fully commented on that because she is half black. But also, the original cast of RHONY was canceled and recasted because they brought up race in a similar way. So I think it's interesting that they were like, let's circle back to this.
No, they chose to leave it in.
They left it in. So
Mhm.
I do think it's interesting they're like touching on it.
I really like Ubah.
Yeah.
I like
do
Ubah
too.
too.
Ubah. I love Ubah. I do also think that Ubah brings the drama. Ubah needs someone to bounce off of. And I think that's what Brynn does.
But Ubah
well.
also does like fun in a way that's just like either we're talking about the situation or we're not. We're not doing passive aggressive, like, here's a little dig, but then if you get upset.
I believe
Yeah.
Ubah's drama. I don't totally believe Brynn's.
Oh,
Yeah.
There
I
you go.
completely agree with that. I think overall, I think Brynn is great entertainment.
Entertainment for sure.
Yeah.
Ubah was funny when she started out the conversation the morning after being like, so we made up and like we're friends, but you know, she needs to stop involving me and like turned it into a dig. I was like, oh, okay. We were almost there.
The cockroach thing was very funny to me. I mean,
So
yeah, that
funny.
was really,
Ubah
really
throwing
funny.
up, Sai going to check on her,
And
and
then
then
throwing
throwing
up.
up like
Does
Does
that.
throw up disgust you guys?
No.
No.
Like it does not trigger me. I will not throw up.
Yeah,
if
I don't like
someone's-
other people does anyone here throw up because of other people throwing up?
No.
No,
I would.
if somebody threw up on me, then yes. But if I walked into a
That
room,
would make you throw up?
if somebody threw up on me and I'm smelling throw
Ew,
up,
yeah,
I
I
think,
have
yeah,
to
the
clean it off.
smell
Absolutely.
would make you throw
the
up.
dry
maybe.
heaving.
I might throw up now.
No, when,
okay.
when I hear somebody gag, I gag.
When someone gags, you gag.
Like when I hear somebody gag, I like, oh,
Sorry.
Ew. Okay.
I'll throw up right now.
I will throw up.
Be careful.
Okay, Golden Bachelorette. Maybe the first hometown I've enjoyed in a long time on the Bachelor franchise.
All of them are really good.
I know Guy's been in the news for all the wrong reasons. I really felt for Guy this episode. You could see his pain, you know? I just feel like
When he was crying.
listen, he clearly had a very messy divorce. He's got his whole family there. I don't know what happened between him and his ex-wife and all the drama that went down, but this guy, you could tell his divorce really fucked him up. My big takeaway is the Chicago boys, Jordan and Pascal, like, you know, they're there. And then you have, like, and we know that they're not really kind of falling in love yet, yada, yada. And then you have, you know, bookend by Guy who's like ready to get married, fall in love.
Yeah.
And then you have Chalk.
Chalk was a solid hometown.
Chalk's in love. It's
Mhm.
clear. Like
They're both in love with each other.
Yeah, it's so obvious. I don't think Guy's in love with Joan. I think Guy is, what you see Guy doing is falling in love again.
And realizing he can love again.
It's just
Yes.
feeling something other than pain,
Yes.
and hurt. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's feeling exactly. He's feeling something other than pain. It was sad to watch, but I was really rooting for Guy this episode. I really want him to. I hope this experience allows him to move on from the
Mhm.
pain that caused him in his divorce. Whatever role he played and whatever he has to do to make amends for his actions, it seems like he's done that, and I am rooting for him because it really seems like that experience fucked him up.
I think he's top two. Like him and Chalk.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
so too.
It's kind of got to
sure.
be.
Yeah. I will
I
say
mean, Jordan's gone, and she said she doesn't see Pascal picking her. So,
yeah. Well, the Pascal one was funny too, because did you notice how busy that salon was?
oh my God.
And I thought about it. I was like, I'm sorry, I could not book an appointment where there's literally 50 people getting their haircut done at the same time.
I kind of love. I think the other. I mean,
How
I
are you
thought it was
supposed
great.
to? How are
I
you
was really
supposed to talk?
impressed.
But how are you supposed to talk to the salon person when it's like 5 million different hair dryers?
That's
like,
true. The chatting is
It's very
somewhat-
loud.
That the chatting is great.
The chatting is the best part of
Yeah.
getting
It
your hair
is.
done.
Yeah, I learned so much.
Unless you're going to a barber, then you don't talk.
I'll
at
tell you
all.
what. Next time I go to Chicago, I want to go check out that salon. That was an amazing marketing moment.
Oh, for sure.
Pascal.
For sure.
Like they really hooked him up huge. And pretty impressive, and really loved the moment with his. I really loved his family dynamic.
I did too.
Me too. It was
Really-
very family oriented.
Not something we expected. I think. I mean, I don't think. Did anyone think that Pascal would be top 3?
No.
We thought he
No.
would be like going home week 3.
Yeah, I thought he was top 5 for sure.
I've always enjoyed him, but yeah, no, I definitely
She
did
brought
not
up
think he'd go
Charles
that
L. I
far.
thought Charles L. was top 3.
No.
No.
I think Joan really likes Pascal, and I think she keeps bringing up how much he reminds her of her husband who
Oh,
passed.
being like super extra and
I think there's a world where she actually considered picking Pascal.
I kind of think that too, because I was like, the way that she was talking about, she doesn't know if she can get there, and like, you know, how she feels guilty about moving on from her husband, and then Pascal's kind of like, I know I have feelings for you, I just don't know that I'm ready to go that far in this amount of time. Which I'm like, there could be a chance where she's like, we're on the same timeline right now that maybe, and Chalk is all in. Like, I think that man is ready for engagement. We're going through the whole thing, that it might be a little overwhelming for her. So that could be like the one, like, what's the switch up? Some unexpected something that could possibly happen.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to pick Pascal. I think honestly he's the next one to go home, but I think she liked him, and I think I think a big reason why she doesn't pick him is I think she doesn't think, like she was saying, that he will pick her. It was weird that she said the same thing to both.
About him and Jordan.
Which I blame the show. I don't like, from an editing standpoint, they could have easily have just left that out, and I feel like they unnecessarily made Joan come across as like just kind of giving a canned line or making an excuse. I don't think that's what's happening in real life. I think, you know, she really just tries to be present for each date, and I think it might be true for both, but the way it came across is almost like, wait, didn't you just say that to Pascal's family? And I think they could have just easily edited that out. I don't know why they left that in.
Even you saying it again right now, I keep going in my head. I go, no, that's Jordan. No,
Yeah.
that's Jordan.
She just said the same thing. They're both their kids.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I just wish they would have not done that to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seemed like unnecessary.
Chalk's hometown to me felt like the most like a family. Like with
Yeah.
her being there, it looked like just the vibe and everybody bonding was like she seemed like she was part of that family.
I mean, the music they played
yeah.
for the both of them when she showed up.
And then
like,
the father of Chalk's wife.
great moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I
That
think
was-
wasn't it was his
it was his
partner.
late wife.
His late wife, yeah.
Yeah.
did they get
They were
married?
together for 7 years.
Mhm.
Okay. I thought they got engaged.
And then he was now part of the family, like the father.
Oh, that was a great moment.
Yeah.
And Chalk's conversation with his dad, it felt like, you know, his dad, God only knows how old he is, but it seemed like a conversation, like a young 20-year-old Chalk talking to his dad about like love and relationships. It was a really great
was good.
moment. Yeah, it was. I'm really rooting for him.
I'm still amazed that you called it from the first episode.
I didn't say he was going to win. I said he would be.
I know. And I know we don't know, but they're clearly winning, right?
Oh, I mean, he's going to win now, but
Yeah.
I just want to say, I didn't call Chalk the winner week 1. I just said he's
A front runner.
a front runner, and he's the only person I was confident
He's still
about.
running.
My only gripe with Chalk is shorts.
Okay.
I just don't think grown men should be like wearing shorts.
The shorts are below the knees, right?
I just think like during the day to go out in public,
No
if
shorts?
you're not doing yard work or working out or like exercising of some kind, I don't think grown men need to be wearing shorts.
Hot take.
Maybe it is, yeah. Hot take.
What about if you're in Florida and
Yeah.
it's like humid
Hot.
On the boat?
Yeah.
What
every
if you're on
day,
the boat?
90
boat?
degrees?
Going swimming?
I think it's a choice. If you're on the boat, sure. If you're
Okay.
around water, fine.
So you're
But as a man, I feel like it's more embarrassing to have like sweaty ass knees showing through your jeans.
I've never had sweaty knees.
I don't know, like the back of
Skinny.
your knee,
You can get some linen pants.
linen
You can get
pants.
some like,
like,
Hey, stuff is
breathable
only.
fabrics.
I don't know. Stuff is only so breathable sometimes.
So, Nick,
but
you're-
this is also someone from Florida.
Yeah, just
Okay.
gonna
He's
say,
in Kansas.
linen is a lie. Linen is not breathable.
No.
I am always drenched in sweat anytime I wear anything.
it makes
Yeah.
you more hot, does it
It
not?
100%.
I'm
It
like-
encapsulates heat.
Also, like, what if he wants to show off his calves?
Also, the wrinkles on linen is
Yeah.
The fact
someone
that
needs to
Insane.
figure it out.
The fact we
Yeah.
don't have anti-wrinkle linen is actually insane. You cannot
What
sit
if
down.
you have like gorgeous tiny little ankles and you want to like show them off?
Oh, I do.
You know what I mean?
Little calf
Extra.
tattoo.
Yeah.
Unless
Mhm.
the men's core shorts from Viall, I just don't think men should be wearing shorts
Naked
like,
swimming
during the
in
day.
pants.
Attack them in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Also, I just want to
Nick
point
hates
out the
shorts.
ladies of RHONY are cooking with Caraway.
They are?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they
And
were.
Raquel-
They have the same green set that I have.
She was slaying on the grill, but not the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's very lesbian coded.
All right. Well, it's time for Love is Blind. Let's bring on Micah. Listen up, renters. Ever feel like you're stuck in this loop of rent payments, just watching your money vanish into thin air? It's time to turn that rent game around and start earning some serious rewards. And that's where Built Rewards comes in.
Built is breaking ground as a neighborhood rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent. Every single month, pay your rent and watch the Built points roll in. Use points to jet off on a dream vacation, put your points toward a flight or hotel stay with 500 plus airlines and 700,000 plus hotels and properties. You can also use your points to book fitness studio classes, redeem them towards a future rent payment. They're designed to meet your lifestyle.
Pay rent hassle-free through the Built Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. Built points have been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bank Rate. Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to joinbuilt.com/VIALL. That is joinbilt.com/VIALL. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/VIALL to start earning points with your rent payments today. Do you know if you're getting enough magnesium? Because 4 out of 5 Americans aren't. Well, I want to shout out Magnesium Breakthrough by Optimizers for getting so many more people the magnesium that they need. I have been taking Magnesium Breakthrough by Optimizers for some time now for all the amazing benefits of magnesium. There's so many great benefits to magnesium, including better sleep, promotes a balanced stress response, feel relaxed and at peace, you sleep faster and deeper, a key nutrient for healthy immune responses. It also provides an essential electrolyte to maintain healthy rhythm. Unlike other magnesium supplements that might be giving you 1 to 2 forms of magnesium, Magnesium Breakthrough contains all 7 forms of magnesium designed to help calm your mind and allows you to feel grounded and relaxed during the day and especially before bed. Maybe you're not getting enough of magnesium. Well, let the good people at Buy Optimizers get you the magnesium that you need with Magnesium Breakthrough. Don't miss out on the most relaxing sleep ever with Magnesium Breakthrough. For an exclusive offer, go to buyoptimizers.com/VIALL and use promo code VIALL during checkout to save 10%. And if you subscribe, not only will you get amazing discounts and free gifts, you will make sure your monthly supply is guaranteed. Buyoptimizers.com/VIALL. Micah, welcome back to the show.
Hey, how's it going? Happy to be
Good.
back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. What have you been up to?
I'm just traveling, kind of doing my
You're
thing.
the busiest person alive. Every time I see you, you're in a new country, in a new place, doing something.
Just dinking around, yeah.
dinking
Hanging
around.
out. Yep, keep myself busy.
Are these like influencer trips you're going on?
No, I mean some stuff is for like brand deals and things like that, but some of it is just getting out of my own head.
Are you still in your head?
I'm just running.
She's running from her own head.
No, I've always been someone who like loves like see new places and travel and stuff. So I've kind of been like this my whole life, traveling a lot.
Your season of Love is Blind was so great. And I feel like you're also obsessed with like following the seasons and
I love
commentating
Love is
on
Blind.
it, right?
I think it's so interesting. Also, like, I mean, just being so honest, that's what people like to see from me. Like
That's
I'm looking at my stuff and everyone's like, I'm like, oh, let's do a vlog. They're like, or don't.
Oh.
Like, what do you think about Love is Blind?
Or don't.
Or just like don't do
We
that.
actually don't want to see what you eat in a day. We actually just want to hear
You're
what
at
you think.
Disneyland again? No, keep walking. What do you think about this
and
season?
Sierra are Disneyland adults.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should have seen how many years I came home from Tokyo. Like they were like, what's in your bag? I'm like, nothing.
They're like, TSA is searching this.
Go to the side.
Yeah. It's awful.
Were there people in your comments in any way comparing you to Hannah from this season? You've come a long way since your season, but obviously
I actually saw, like, I got sent a few TikToks out or like people talking about like the comparison between her and me. And I saw a lot of stuff like, oh, Hannah was hoping to get like the Micah edit. I'm like, I don't think anyone was hoping to get the Micah edit. But
no
like,
one hopes
okay.
for that.
I'm like, well, no one wants that. But I mean, a little bit, not too much. I think her story was just like different than mine. I think
Sure.
maybe some of like the mean girl stuff, maybe she's like getting as well. That like, you know, unfortunately, like I had on my season. So I guess that, but
I kind of forget what you got shit for. You had your partner in
It's her
crime.
and Irina.
Yeah, it was more
Talking
her.
shit.
just
Being
like
little
talking
shit talkers.
I think what boiled down in my season is like I was just kind of like a lot less like mature and like really serious about like, oh, I have to get married right now. And so I did kind of like put like a laughy twist on everything, which is like kind of just my personality. I think it was frustrating for people, especially like with the Irina stuff. And but you know, over the season, people got to kind of like.
Do we keep
understand
up
more.
with Irina?
Actually, she texted me the other day. She's still in Seattle. I just got a new place. She's happy. She's in a really great relationship. So
Speaking of drama, I feel like you were in a little bit of some drama recently with some Too Hot to Handle couples.
yeah. No, that was crazy. That was a movie.
That was a movie.
that was a movie.
that I didn't want to see.
Who are we talking
It
about?
was a horror film.
It was a
Yeah.
horror film. Kayla and Seb from Too Hot to Handle.
Were either of them on Perfect Match?
No, neither of them. They had been in a relationship since their show until recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, recently broke up due to his actions at Fashion Week.
Apparently me. Like, I don't know. Somehow, like, I took the heat on that breakup. But
Which is, it always seems crazy to me when the woman is taking the heat for his actions because he could have told you anything.
yeah,
You know?
I was just
and it
kind of
sounds
in
like
the
he
dark
did.
the whole time. Like, I remember specifically like asking my, management, my team, and even my assistant had met with him like prior to going to Fashion Week, and they're like, "Yeah, like, Kayla's so excited about the potential of you guys working together and like things like that." And I was like, "Oh, like cool, like I love that." And then I kind of felt like she came at me sideways, like in the DMs, and then my assistant actually is the one who wrote the reply, and I signed up on it.
She reached out to you privately?
Yeah,
What'd
she
she
did.
say?
Just like, "Oh, I saw that you guys were doing your big one, like blah blah blah." Like, and I was just like, I kind of wanted to reassure her, but at the same time, I was like, I understand where your like insecurities are coming from in this, and that's kind of one of the things that blew up. It was like, "Oh, you're calling her insecure." It's like, no, I don't think she's insecure. I think that insecurities is like it makes sense. Like, it's an insecurity. You can have insecurities without being an insecure person. And I think that he had given her those insecurities in the weeks leading up to New York Fashion Week, and unfortunately, it exploded when he was around me, and I think that's kind of why I got dragged into it.
But weren't you? I mean, that's kind of an annoying message to get from someone like her, blaming you for whatever drama they have.
It was definitely frustrating. I didn't understand why she, was like coming at me. I wanted to understand, and I wanted to be like kind and give her kindness and let her know, hey, like nothing's happening, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I was just like, dude, like leave me out of it. Like, have your guys' thing together. If I would have known that this was going to be a problem, I would have never even like let him come along.
And then what? She went on TikTok and did like a whole.
Yeah, that's the part that was the most shocking for me, just because coming from this, universe, she comes from something very similar to me, like to handle Netflix show. It's like, how aggressive people can be on the internet. And I would never take something to the internet and like incite violence against another person. And I think that was kind of course, she wants to get her story out there, I guess. But it was definitely something just to ignite a fire to
Did you
hurt
get a lot of
me.
hate for that?
Oh, I did. I was getting like tons and tons of like thousands of messages, death threats, like just like the normal thing that you get.
Isn't
I
it
fear.
crazy that that's
yeah,
the normal
it's
thing?
the normal thing. I'm unfortunately like a little bit used to it, like from the past, but I haven't experienced anything like that in a really long time. So yeah, it was really shitty.
Well, I'm excited to hear your take on this finale of Love is Blind.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on Ramses?
Honestly, like I feel like I've always like gone on the side of, I don't want to talk too much about the people because I know like how it feels. And I remember when people were like talking shit about me that I've been on the show, I was like, you guys are weird for that. But like some of these people, like it's really hard not to. Like, I'm sorry, like what? Like I genuinely think that, I always am gonna wonder, like, is it an edit? Like, is it this? But
Yeah,
some
we
of the things he was
recognize- we
saying,
recognize
I'm
that
like,
it
what
might
the
be, you know.
what the heck?
But
Like,
we're just commenting on what we're seeing on
for
the show.
sure, yeah. And no, like some of those conversations were so bad. Like I could just see in her eyes, like that she was like struggling to like keep him there. There was just like so much gaslighting. He was like, we're not gonna have sex right now. That's a major problem. I have to go.
It honestly
she's like, I'm sick.
if it literally felt like he
weird.
got, they talked about being a very sexual couple. They like insinuated that they were probably the most sexual out of all of them. And then it seemed like they had a bunch of sex.
Mm-hmm.
She got her period. They stopped having sex.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Yeah, which is so
I'm outta here.
which is insane. And like the finale, I've never seen, like that was the most like raw heartbreak I've ever seen on the show. It was really bad and it was so sad. What was she saying? She was like, "Are you sure?"
I know.
Oh my god, it was
And
terrible.
we did talk to her about it. And she was like, because a lot of people are saying that she's like begging for him and it's giving like desperate and it's giving this. And she was like, I guess if you want to say that about me, sure. But like, I was just
That's so
fighting
harsh.
for what I thought. Like,
Yeah, it was like the love of my life.
Yeah.
100%.
First of all, like it was in the moment. He's breaking up with her.
Yeah.
Like on camera.
Yeah.
And like what? The audience doesn't want her to
No.
feel?
No, I was watching and I was like, girl, let him go. Like, let him stand up. But every part about it was like just you're a human.
But no one
like,
does it in real. No one
No,
does
of
that, and
course,
no one
it's-
has the common sense to feel heartbroken and
Yeah.
blindsided, knowing
No.
that a wedding is days
Yeah.
around the corner.
Also,
And-
him
No.
saying that her energy might be too much for him.
That
Like,
was
is
so-
he going to be overwhelmed with her energy? It's
That's
like,
also a really cruel thing to say to someone.
right? Like, how does she fix that? That's
Yeah.
Why would you say that to someone?
But you're never going to be like too much for the
No,
right
he-
person. So
Seems
Mhm.
kind of like the worst kind of guy.
just the things he was saying, I was like, I can't do it anymore. Like,
But like, he's obviously a very attractive guy.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. Maybe it was just his
Well, listen,
attitude.
to each their own. But he's a handsome guy. But
Yeah.
he seems like he likes sex. Might even be good at the sex.
Yeah.
They seem to have a really hot and heavy relationship. I said this last week. This is a 35-year-old man who's been married, so he
Yeah.
should have knowledge about women. He should be able to empathize with women better
Yeah.
than, say, the average 20-year-old guy. And he gives the opposite of that. And then when you put into context, like, what we know about like men and women dating, and when they have sex, like women can emotionally bond. You couple that with the expectations of a wedding,
Mhm.
and they be, like Natalie said, they be fucking like crazy. That's why I'm shocked that people don't have more empathy for Marissa. It's like,
I feel like
here
they
she is,
will.
very connected to this man, having a ton of sex, bonding, and it's not just like we're hookup buddies.
Yeah.
They were connecting while making love or
Yeah.
having sex. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden he's just like,
Yeah.
it's not you. When he said it's not you, it's me.
Oh my
After he just said, like,
God.
he's like,
Bro.
I can't handle your energy, but it's not you, it's
It's
me.
like, what the fuck?
No, I would have lost. Yeah.
he gives coward.
Yeah.
He gives weak.
He gives that he got scared, and who knows when if he really felt that way, who knows how long he'd felt that way. And he really like went to like the last hour. Yeah, it was terrible. Honestly, I want to know what Marissa's mom said on the phone. Like, how did they not catch that audio? She was like, I
Right?
told you. Like,
She was.
I bet she
Yeah.
was just, clearly Marissa
think
was
she was
upset.
relieved.
I think she was relieved, and she probably was secretly happy, but obviously just wanted to be there for
for
her
sure.
daughter.
I feel like a lot of her, like what she came off of was honestly probably just like from a place of like, from her experience trying to protect her. Like, like your perception is your reality. And she's probably like, oh, I've like gotten hurt before. I don't want the same for her,
Yeah. I mean, I know he hasn't said anything yet. I hope at the reunion, Ramses is like, here's the explanation for all of my crazy ass
Yeah.
comments.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
What do you think he
here's-
could say?
I don't know.
I
don't
feel like he's
know.
just going to apologize and be like, I've grown. I feel like that's what
You-
everyone
you
says.
think? Or you think
everyone
he'll
That
it
would
was
be
the
a
edit?
crazy thing to say. Again, he's a 35-year-old
Yeah.
man who's been married already. Like,
Yeah.
what do you,
He's-
you grown?
Micah, he was like shocked periods existed.
Yeah.
When she was like, I'm like, I don't feel good. Like,
He's like-
I've been on my period.
He's like, and?
what?
yeah,
It's
what
like, for
the-
how long is this? What? And to,
Well, when
to
did
win.
this start? Yeah.
And at what time did you start taking this?
It's like all he can remember his 19-year-old or 20-year-old girlfriend being like, I can have sex on my period. Like, like we
the
all
shower?
done once.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah, trying to be. And she's like, no, I don't feel good. And he's like,
yeah. Well, this isn't going to work.
Excuse me?
feel good. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was one of the harsher breakups.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. I was really sad. It was really hard to watch.
I really. I don't know. What could he say? What could he say to make you like be like, oh, okay, maybe we're a little hard on him.
I don't know. Remember Trevor's response when everyone was like, what was this? And he was like,
No, I was there. That was so bad.
you were there? And he was
I
like,
was
I got
there.
nothing to say.
Yeah, I was there for the reunion. They asked me to come for this one, but I couldn't. I was
Oh,
gone.
yeah. You were sitting with Izzy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
yes,
didn't mind
remember.
that. That's at least authentic. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, he never came back. I think he literally was just like, I'm gone. Like, forget about me. Like, I don't think he ever came back to Instagram or anything.
Really? Trevor?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was
With
honestly
his
sad, 'cause, like,
bodybuilder.
I don't think he's like, he wasn't like a bad, like he did bad things, but like he kind of was like a nice person. Like I met him like several times and he was like a nice person, maybe just not a good
partner.
partner.
Yeah,
I don't
I-
know. It was honestly really sad. The whole
I mean,
thing
listen,
was hard
you
to watch.
know, I mean, filming these shows, there's a lot of any of us who have gone on
Mhm.
reality TV, like especially love competition shows. You're not going you're not even going to find love. You're open to find some
Yeah.
people are open to it. Some people are just going for the fame.
100%.
Everyone's going for this chance of this really weird and crazy experience.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. People that are like, oh, there's no part of me that ever thought, okay, well then you're weird and you're blind. Like you know that it's a you're going to be put out there as a public figure. And if you're acting like you never thought about that, then you're just lying.
Yeah, I think
You're
Marissa
goofy.
being like, you should not have come
Yeah.
on this experiment was
Yeah.
the most valid thing she could have said.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
like, you shouldn't.
You're not supposed to come on the show to figure yourself out.
No. No.
I will say the Bachelor. Did you do Bachelorette?
No?
You didn't do a Bachelorette for your wedding with Paul?
Oh my God. Actually, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about that this morning when I watched it. I was like, oh my God, I have this photo. I have to send it to you guys of what they did for our Bachelorette. I remember like coming down the stairs because they were trying to have like a little like pre thing for our Bachelorette that was completely wasted at. Like I had to have at least like 2 full bottles of vodka before I showed up. Like I was so drunk. I was wearing my dress like a belt. Like it was crazy. It was so embarrassing. Anyways, but they tried to do this little pre-party at my place and it was like the worst done thing I've ever seen in my life. I walked downstairs and I was like, I'm not filming this. I was like, there's
what
no.
did they do?
Oh my God. Like it was like bride-to-be pink glasses like from the dollar store and like a cheese plate that, you know, the ones you get from like
That are
Safeway.
pre-made.
Yeah, and I was like, oh hell, I was like, I'm not filming this. I was like,
This ain't my Bachelorette. Somebody's but it ain't
I
mine.
know this isn't at my house. I was like, I have to go.
You're like, this is my last night single.
Yeah, I was like, no,
Spent like this.
that's why I was so drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garrett and Tyler shooting the basketballs. You know, I think Tyler was like, I was expecting to be like drunk.
What did he say?
Out.
He was like, my last night single. I was like, wait, hold on, you're not single. But,
I know. I do love when people say that.
yeah.
It's your last night single. Well, you have been
Huh?
engaged.
Yeah.
So.
I love when they
single.
introduce them because no one knows who they are.
I was dying out that. I was watching it this morning and we were
Tyler
like,
and Garrett from Love Is
no,
Blind.
we were like, there's no way that was actually like audio. They definitely put that in there. Because why would they say from Love? Is there's no way that wouldn't have been like leaked over the past like few weeks, or they'd be like, who the fuck is
Wait,
these
that's
people?
so true. They're like,
Yeah.
I think I watched last season. I don't remember these people.
Tyler? Garrett?
Yeah. Yeah, that must have
No.
been put in.
No, there's no way.
I don't know. What? So do they, for the Bachelorettes, I am always like, that's sad.
It's always a little sad.
right? Because you're just
Well,
like,
yeah.
because it's just, you get to bring like what, one friend?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I got to bring 2.
2
I
friends.
brought 2 friends.
And then you're with the other women.
Yeah.
with
And the
their
girls'
2
setup is
friends.
always like worse than the
It's always
boys.
sad.
It's super sad.
It's like an empty
really sad.
club with like
Yeah.
music that's like really
Yeah.
not like
No,
loud
it's
enough.
always there's definitely no music. That's the other thing.
It like
no-
gives like the discoteca, the all inclusive resort, you know, in
Oh, yeah,
whatever
yeah,
place you
yeah.
go, and you kind of like walk in and be like,
No, that's like what it.
should
No,
we hang out here? Or
no.
like that's how at every bachelorette party they go on. Always gives like the abandoned quote unquote discoteca.
No, it's so bad. It's so bad. No, yeah, it was bad. And why was there like a kids sleepover set up?
Right?
At the
The little
girls.
tents.
I was like, are they gonna get in there? They're like, wearing.
No, it was weird.
Are they staying?
Are
No,
they, are they
so-
actually sleeping in there, laying their head at night in there?
No, that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really bad.
I didn't have a bachelorette, but I don't know if I'd take a Love Is Blind bachelorette over not having
I don't think
one.
you had a choice. Like it was like you're gonna show up to this scene.
Do you think about that? Do you wish you had one?
Um,
No,
Did
he
you
was
not
very
have one?
pregnant. She was just very pregnant.
Yeah, I didn't have like a bridal shower or bachelorette.
You could have like a
Yeah.
post wedding bachelorette.
I could. What does it feel like? It'd be the same though. I wouldn't have all the like.
I thought.
Excitement.
Oh, you had a baby shower.
Yeah, no, I had baby showers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was very much like, which do I do? Do I prioritize the baby or?
I don't know. Your
the
wedding pictures were pretty much just like enough for everything. I was like, Jesus Christ, where'd you guys get these things? It was crazy.
That shit
We
was
really crushed our
crazy.
wedding.
No, like the Reddit, it was yeah. It was
we
really
haven't
good.
posted our whole wedding video yet. I think
Hmm.
I think we're gonna do it on our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I was like, oh, that's a movie.
man, that was a movie, a good movie,
Really
too.
good. Yeah, it was really good.
What else happened this episode? It was, I mean, it was weddings. I feel like,
Yeah.
were you surprised Ashley said yes at the altar with Tyler?
No, I honestly felt like both those couples were. I don't know. I just had a gut feeling that Ramses and Marissa weren't gonna make it to the wedding. I just felt like that. Maybe it's because I was like putting together, not really seeing them in the previews or something. But I just didn't feel like they were gonna get there. I think he wanted to get
detective.
out. Yeah, I think he wanted to like get literally me on the screen. Like, I think he wanted to like get out and look as least bad as he could, and he knew
Oh.
taking her to the altar would have just killed her. So, which I'm happy he didn't. That would have been terrible. And then I knew the other ones were gonna get married. Garrett and Taylor are like so
why,
cute.
Micah, why isn't there a conversation before off camera that's like, babe, I'm gonna say no at the altar, but let's keep dating. You know, like
I don't
let's-
know. I mean, maybe some couples do, but I remember like our producers and stuff were like really hell bent. They're like, you never know what's gonna happen at the altar. Like, just don't. Like, I remember me and Paul were like texting, like the day of, like once we were like separated, like what's
You
gonna
gonna say
like what do we
yes,
do? Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. And I was like, fuck. I was like, this guy's gonna say no for sure. I was like, it's over.
Oh no, you
You
were gonna
definitely
say
don't want to
yes.
be waking up to I don't know what to do the
I was like-
morning of your wedding.
I was like, me
You
either.
were confident. Were you gonna say yes?
Yeah, if he
You
said
were.
yes, I would have said yes, but
Do
I
you
didn't have
think
I didn't
about
have
that?
the confidence
'Cause
to say
that's-
yes.
It's one thing to get engaged on TV because you're just like, I know, it's not even real. Married? Do you? I
No.
mean, do you think about knowing that you would have said yes?
I
You
think
would have been
about
a
it all the
married
time. I think
woman.
it's so weird. Like I don't know what would have happened with my life. I mean, obviously there probably wasn't going to be longevity. I mean, I'm thinking like yeah, I don't think it would have been good. Like that would have been so. I mean, retrospect, I'm really happy that he made the decision
Like,
he
every
made.
time
I
you
think it was the
go-
right one.
Every time you like go to the doctor, you'd have to write like divorced. You'd have to like bubble the divorced
That's a
bubble
thing?
instead of like single, married, widowed, divorced. You'd be like
Is it-
divorced.
Is that?
It says divorced. I thought it
Yeah.
said like single.
Single,
married.
widowed, married, and divorced.
Can't you
Together.
just put single?
That's just invasive.
No, bitch,
Yeah.
she's not single. She's divorced.
None of
Yeah.
your fucking business.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with my UTI?
Yeah. No, literally. They're like,
Oh, you were divorced. Oh, yeah, you got it.
yeah, they're like, come back, the divorcee.
What's Paul up to? Have you talked to your ex-husband?
No, I'm like blocked on everything.
Oh,
What?
Oh my god.
I know. I think it's the weirdest thing.
You're blocked?
Well, is he in a new relationship to the new girlfriend?
I actually know that he's in a new relationship because for some reason I still follow one of his friends that I met while we were together, which I should probably unfollow him. It's like not interesting. And I saw her like
But why are you
them be-
blocked?
I don't
That's an
know.
aggressive move.
I don't know.
That's what I was saying. Maybe it's like
I
the
don't
new
know.
girlfriend who was like, like your
No, I've
almost
been
wife.
blocked.
We should. Oh,
Yeah, before her.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like leave on bad terms?
What'd I do?
What'd I do? You said no to me.
I didn't do nothing. No, I have no idea.
You're
I
just
actually
a
don't
girl.
remember. It's been too
Yeah.
long.
Speaking of Ashley and Tyler, though, I mean, listen, I wasn't sure if they get married because of all this other shit
Yeah.
floating online about
Yeah.
is he a dad? Is he not a dad? You
I
know?
just wonder if they're still together.
Yeah,
I
we'll
see
find
you
out
like it.
at the reunion. I think in Ashley, I trust.
I think
like,
I think
I
Ashley's
think-
pretty great.
She doesn't come across as someone who's willing to like brush things under the rug and ignore things.
Mhm.
And I feel like there are conversations that were had that we were not privy to.
Oh, that's actually a good point. I can't see her. Yeah, because you could tell she wanted more information.
Because it comes across as like, oh, they talked about it. And it almost comes across as he's not fully telling her everything that's been
Mhm.
spoken online. But
Yeah. And she picked up on that for sure. So she wouldn't just be like, oh, well. like,
yeah, I think there's more to the story.
There
And
has to be.
whatever is going on between, because like they look really, that was a great wedding.
I would say, like, if I didn't know everything I knew from literally TikTok, I would be like, that's my favorite couple. I think they were really great. I mean, I love Garrett and Taylor too, but I remember from the beginning, I was like, wow, that's a really cool couple.
Yeah.
Did you see
They
Garrett's
really care
glow
about
up?
each other. Oh my God. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Good for him.
Did you see
Good for
Taylor's
her.
TikTok about it where she was like,
Yeah, I
"Something
did.
cooked here."
Yeah, I did. She's cool.
Have you met anyone from this season?
I haven't yet. I talked to Brittany the other day. She like slid in my DMs just like asking questions about post Love is Blind stuff. And so I talked to her. Oh my God.
That was
She was like
crazy.
the one that was with the
Leo.
art dealer.
Oh.
She seduces with her eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She is
yes, yes, yes,
adorable.
yes, yes.
She's super kind. Oh my God. But so yesterday I was like scrolling through. I don't know if you guys do this, but I don't read through any of my DMs besides the ones in my primary.
Mhm.
And like my social media assistant and my assistant, they go through it and they'll put stuff in front of me in my primary that's like important. And so I'm like looking through for some reason and I see like a blue check and I'm like, oh, I wonder why this wasn't like removed. And it was Nick. Like
Dorka?
yeah.
Nick D?
Nikki D. Yeah. And I was,
Was
like,
Nikki D
no.
sliding?
He slid in my DMs. He was like, I've had the biggest crush on you for so long.
Oh.
And it was like a month ago.
What?
Yeah, it was like a whole month ago.
Like, bro, check your timing. You're currently still engaged.
No, I was like, I could have aired this man out, but no, yeah, he seems like a great guy. I'm like, should I reply?
he did get. He
Did you-
did.
did
he did
you
buy
reply?
his own.
No, I haven't replied yet. I don't know.
but she saw
Do
it.
you want to reply right here on the Viall files?
Oh my gosh, what would you even say back to that?
I
have the
don't
biggest
know.
Do you have a crush on him?
Oh.
Crickets.
It sounds like you're open to getting to know him.
No.
No.
I mean, I think I'll just reply out of like, you shot your shot. Like, good for you.
Yeah, like so kind. See you at a Love Is Blind event.
I hope I'll see you sometime. Yeah.
See you
that's
out
what
He
I'm
there.
has a type. He likes the blondes. He likes the blondes.
Likes the blondes.
Yeah.
He likes the bitchy blondes, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you're not bitchy, Micah.
No.
Circling back to Tyler and Ashley, Tyler was overwhelmed, like for the wedding. And like,
Yeah.
I appreciate when the moms chime in and when his mom was like, you haven't said once up until now that you weren't sure.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
she shut that down real quick.
Nick, were you
Mm.
overwhelmed day of our wedding?
No.
Any
No.
part of you that was like, I think I might say no at the altar?
No.
That'd be crazy
I
work.
didn't
Like if
even-
that happened in real
Crazy.
life, could you imagine?
I didn't think about you saying no. I didn't think about me saying no. I didn't think about.
Are people allowed to
anything.
say no at the altar?
Brian
I was gonna say the drama,
Right?
And we were all sitting there, River's like coming out, and then he's like, "Actually, you know what? No."
Yeah.
Wait, what's the line when they say, does
Okay.
anybody object?
Did we do that?
No, that would who? I don't think they still ask that because
Drama.
Why are you
That's
here?
drama.
Why are you
Yeah.
here if
Yeah.
you object?
And why are you waiting till right now?
Literally, you have my number.
Yeah.
I flew all the way to Georgia to say I object.
Yeah.
And
like-
us to be like, okay,
and
Escort her
Anyways,
out.
moving
I haven't seen you in 10 years.
I wasn't even like, am I ready to get married? Like I didn't like. Maybe it helps that we had a 3-month-old baby, but like I was very much at peace. That's for sure.
And years.
yeah,
What?
yeah,
y'all
we
had
three-month-old
years
baby
under the belt and then
years
lived together.
prior.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys live together and you're like, no, well, pack your shit.
What's been the biggest difference about being married to me, other than like calling me your husband? Because for me, that's honestly the only
mean, yeah,
difference. I
that's
get to call you my
definitely-
wife. That's it.
I think there's like an extra layer of just like security and
Mhm.
peace and comfort that goes with like, you can't just fucking walk away, bitch. You have to sign a bunch of paperwork. You gotta
Yeah.
Lawyer
you know,
up.
like, you gotta
This
lawyer
isn't gonna be
up.
easy.
I mean,
It's not gonna be easy, and I'm not gonna make it easy either.
Yeah.
Tax break.
You'll never leave.
Yeah, for
me.
sure.
I
That's
won't,
all.
I won't be able to find a pen for years.
Yeah. No,
4
we're gonna-
years. You're the wedding crashers. I'll find you.
Nick will be trying to move on. And he's like, well, I'm separated, but not legally divorced. She like will not sign the papers.
She has all the passwords, email, and messaging them back going, he's married.
And she's actually here in this restaurant right now.
Yeah, she actually follows me everywhere.
She's right over there.
She's watching us.
Yeah.
No,
Did you have cold feet
No,
leading up?
no, none whatsoever.
You had a baby strapped to you.
I literally had a child strapped to me.
She also
I
had
did.
gorgeous dresses. Like she was
No,
not,
yeah.
not going to wear those.
Yeah, 100%. I was,
Yeah.
yeah, that's very true.
Wait, what did your parents say to you guys?
About what?
Because like, is it real that the parents actually have a conversation with you right before the wedding?
No.
Or is that just like Hollywood?
We didn't do that.
Okay.
No, my sister, I got like letters from like my maids of honor and like my sisters. They all wrote me like letters.
That's cute. Yeah.
Don't they like, doesn't your mom like help you like get dressed or something?
That's what I'm
like, isn't that
asking,
like
yeah.
part of it?
She was around for sure. We staged a couple of
You're
getting
like,
dressed
"Okay,
photos.
hit the button."
for the for the photo shoot. But no, and then I saw my dad walking down the aisle for the first time. So no, I didn't really have any combos.
Yeah, and it wasn't like I didn't have like a man to man.
Did Mary say like, "Are you sure?"
No.
She didn't. Okay.
But I didn't even have like a
This starts a whole thing.
Did your dad
Literally,
do
I'm
your
like-
bow tie?
Good to fucking know. that you-
No, I did.
I
my bow
heard.
tie, yeah.
I heard what you said.
I heard a little birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely without drama. The thing I was most worried about leading up to the wedding was like, will this all like come together? The wedding itself, the production
Right.
of said weekend.
She did.
That was a production.
Oh well, yes.
It was a production. I honestly feel like though so many people do more than what we did, which is crazy.
Ours was perfect.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
But it is just like crazy to think that there are people who like really be popping off.
Weddings are really crazy.
They really are.
Like again, like that would have been your wedding. Like it was like
No,
a
it
couple
wasn't.
with a stranger officiating, a couple of empty seats in the aisle, no bridesmaids next to you.
Did you have an option to who might marry you?
No, and I don't think I think they're like man or woman. I was like, that's it. And no, it was so
My
so
cousin?
weird. Actually, I've like over the years, she's like definitely posted a few times like about it. The officiant,
About your wedding?
yeah,
Like what?
2 years on this day. I got like just like something like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
They said no at the altar.
And
2 years ago, I almost married people I didn't
yeah,
know.
She's like, and that was my first wedding. Actually, they got me on the street. And, like, yeah.
No, literally.
But they just find a random person and then or
Probably.
they ordain themselves.
Yeah, probably. It's like an actor.
It is crazy. Nick and I are always like, what if they like pulled someone's cousin or like family member, best friend or something?
I'm sure that
to
has to be an
officiate?
option. Maybe people don't think about. There's too many things to figure out. I mean, in my season, we literally all had like the same set with like a different flower color. I don't even remember what mine looked like. I didn't see anything.
You want to watch it back?
No. Okay. Please say so.
What was your family saying during that day?
My family? My dad was like,
No, I know
mom
that,
was
but
like-
they.
my mom did not know what was going on. I remember like afterwards, like I know my mom had no clue what was going on. I was like, is everyone okay? Is everyone drunk? No, but I remember I like came into like the after room, like after everything happened. I was like crying. Me and my friends still talk about this, and I was like crying, and I was like, I just never felt safe with Paul. My mom was like, did he hit you? I was like, well, crazy. I was like, what?
Miss Girl, I would have told you this way before.
Did he hit you? I was like, wait,
That's
what
an-
did he hit you?
That is an interesting point, though. I feel like there's a lot of like parents who might actually think this is just TV, like a TV show.
Yeah.
I
no,
wonder if there's been any parents on Love Is Blind who like were like, wait, you're actually married?
Yeah,
Like
probably.
that's got to be possible.
I mean, my parents definitely thought it was like real and that there was like a chance I was gonna get married. Like my dad was like, if you do it, like yeah, I support you 100%.
I have a visual of your dad.
what is
That
it?
like of him. Like I just can picture like when you say your dad, I picture his face.
My parents were I remember actually like they're like, all right, Micah, like it's time, like it's showtime. And I was like, okay, where's my dad? And they're like, oh, your dad's walking down the aisle? They're like, he's in his seat. I was like, can someone go get him? And I remember all my friends were like, Paul, like you like you had to go. He's like, oh shit.
Oh, you want your dad to walk you down the aisle?
They're like, where?
We thought you wanted the stranger we just pulled off the street.
Yeah. Well, what is Eddie here for then? Like, it was so bad. Like,
That's nuts.
And
oh my God.
Garrett and Taylor, love them.
I mean, we knew it from the jump,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Obviously still together.
Favorite couple.
Give them
Yeah.
a glow up.
They're really adorable. Yeah, I'm happy that the mom like showed up and seemed to come around a little bit. I'm sure that was important for both of them.
Yeah, and her dad being like
That was so sweet. That was such a
with
great moment.
Garrett.
It was really, really sweet and emotional. I was confused because for some reason I thought her parents were divorced because I thought someone lived there and I thought someone lived in San Diego. So I was trying to figure out what's going on. I was
Yeah,
like, is that her
attention.
stepdad? I was like, not the stepdad coming through like this, but then I guess it's her dad.
Yeah,
I don't know. They were really cute. It's a cute family.
very cute.
Adorable. Love it all.
So, do we have like a date for reunion or no?
It's airing next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
Wednesday?
Yeah, I don't know when they film it.
Wow.
Yeah, they filmed it on like Sunday of last week.
I really am curious what Ramses is going to say.
He's just gonna apologize and be like, oh, yeah.
I don't know. What if he stands firm and he's like,
He might.
I
He might
stand
double
by what I
down.
said.
He's like, I like fucking.
He's like, I like fucking. Periods aren't real. Blue balls are.
That might
fuck
be the only way. That
If
might be
he
the only
brings up
way
blue
he can
balls,
like
that
get
would
through.
be fucking wild. He'd be like, guys, can we just, I want to bring awareness to the
Yeah.
pains of men's
Yeah.
testicular balls.
Yeah.
And the color in which they change
yeah.
to blue.
That might
not
be his
real.
best route at this point. 'Cause it's like, I
No,
don't think anyone's going to
Yeah, just go absolutely like
like double
off
down.
the fucking wall.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Start
blame
making
that. He has
stuff
to
up.
blame the edit, right? That's just one cop out.
He'll say something like, it's just like things are just
Out of context.
out of context and I don't want to blame the show, but like there's just more to the story.
I don't know. You guys have to understand, like, you get beat to hell, like, between filming for the reunion and the show coming out. Like, even if you wanted to finish, there's so many things I could have defended myself on. And I remember just like cowering to saying I'm sorry just because it's so fresh and you're so scared and you just want people not to hate you. Like, I always think back and I'm like, if they would have given me a few more weeks before that reunion, like, I would have like showed up like with so much to say.
Listen, it's going to come down to
Um,
Nick and Vanessa, and
Yeah.
hopefully Nick and Vanessa don't like go on a 20-minute tangent about their relationship because it's like, God, we just don't fucking care. Because they always do that. It's always like they'll ask a question, be like, oh my God, it's so us, it's crazy.
Nick,
Like-
remember when it was me and you and we were first dating and we were running around in the circle?
Or what if Vanessa
Remember
doesn't do
Cabo?
her homework again and she like bizarrely takes Ramses' side? Like, who'd she do that with? What season was that?
Wasn't that?
Last season, right?
Oh.
No,
Why did I think it was like me and Paul and like.
no, it was with
Was it the pregnancy one?
no, it was the it was Marshall's ex. Remember Marshall?
Oh, Jackie and
Mhm.
Marshall.
Yeah, and then it was the guy. Yeah, and she was like,
Oh,
take-
when they did like the Zoom weird interview with like
Yeah.
Josh and Jackie. Yeah, that was weird.
yeah, because I really want Vanessa specifically to like question Ramses and be like, wait, you present as this. You came on the show. We all loved
Yeah.
you. We all thought you were like this enlightened ally to women, and
Mhm.
She won't.
she won't. But that's what she needs to do.
Like, oh my God, I love this show and I love babies and I love my man.
Yeah.
I do wonder if she's gonna obliterate them like she did with Trevor. Because last season when they brought Trevor on, they like
She did eat.
humiliated him.
Mhm.
Didn't she eat on
Mhm.
that?
She did eat, yeah.
Everyone was scared. It was so uncomfortable. Like people were like, "Oh my god!" Like he was like shaking.
He was
He's like,
shaking,
"Can I
yeah.
please leave? Can I leave?" And they were like, "Sit your ass down."
I kind of fell for him.
I
No, it was honestly,
Like,
it was a
he's
hard
just
watch when I
not-
was there. I was like,
Not meant for this. It takes a level of emotional stability.
"Yeah,
Like,
it was
it's-
tough." It was
yeah.
so bad. He's like, "Can I leave? Like, please?" And then like they were like, "Well, no." And then they kept asking him, and they're like, "And now you can leave." And he was like,
oh, they sent him off, yeah.
Oh, and now you can leave. Yeah, she did say that. That's crazy. Well,
All right. Well,
can't wait.
"Rough."
can't wait. We are excited to bring you some. Well, we'll be talking about the reunion next week, Thursday, a week from now. We'll be talking about the reunion. Yeah, and then we got some great going deepers.
Did you guys see the reunion already?
No.
They haven't, I don't even know if they filmed it yet.
No,
She
they
said
did.
it.
They
On
did.
Sunday. Yeah,
They filmed it on Sunday.
yeah, like last
Like
Sunday.
Edie told you?
Like, yeah.
I have not. I haven't seen it. Yeah, they got to edit that real fast. But
That makes sense.
excited to watch it. And then we got some going deepers. Mike, it's great seeing you. Thanks for
Good
coming.
to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
Where can people follow you?
Yeah, find me on TikTok or IG or whatever floats your boat. Micah Lussier.
Or on parts 10 part TikTok, you can find her. As
Or
well.
you can find my name all over the place.
all over the place.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening, and we appreciate Micah joining the show. If you haven't listened already, check out the Going Deeper episode with Joan. We're back next week with Nina Parker to get into more Love is Blind drama. I'm sure a lot of things will come out online regarding these relationships. We'll get into it all. Chandler Kinning, who's on Dancing with the Stars and Pretty Little Liars, is with us as well. And then we have Jaleel White. You might know him as Steve Urkel for a really great episode of Going Deeper. He's got a new book coming out. He shares a lot. If you grew up in that era as an episode, you definitely will not want to miss. And then next Thursday, Shannon Bador is with us. Finally, we get to hopefully get some answers about what's going on in her life. The Joel Kim booster. all
Some
the
would
drama.
say she found the door, and the door was our studio.
Yeah. All right. Well, she'll be with us next week. So tune in. Until then, bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.